everybody. This is Not a Clue podcast here for May 13th. I'm Brad.
CD's broke.
Okay, that's CD. What the fuck just happened?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What? He's drooling.
Old Facebook post.
What?
Old Facebook post.
Old Facebook post, okay.
It says, lunch out with the Hubs and Sister, quote number 1. CD, how dare they last call me? Orbs, well, you would type it out anyway. CD, I don't care. They don't last call me, son of a bitch.
Jesus Christ. Remember that, you don't last call.
Quote 2, CD to Aaron. I hope it rains shrimps and clams and you're stuck in the middle of a parking lot with no umbrella.
Jesus.
Aubrey, I'll be there with the concept sauce.
Oh my god. Isn't she allergic to it? That's okay.
I think that's where the raining...
Yeah.
Sorry.
He is legitly drooling. And now crying.
I'm good.
A lot of bodily fluids coming out of that.
That's Brad, I'm not.
Fly ball. Caught.
And that's the intern, Kenneth. Hello, everybody. After a 1 week off, we're back. Sorry about last week, everybody. But let's do some whoring real quick.
Oh, God.
You're listening. Oh, yeah.
Gotta get whoring music.
There you go. You're listening here at Spreaker.com/show/Nauticalpodcast. Find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Nauticalpodcast. Find us on Twitter at NauticalPod. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Nautical is the first name of the channel. Second podcast. And at Nautical Podcast on Instagram. There we go. I hit all the main eventers.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, there you go. Intern Kenneth can pass that test later.
Snowball past it.
Anyway, let's get this show started.
Only test I can pass is a drug test because they're easy.
Jesus Christ. All right. All right.
Oh, that was funny as hell to me. I don't know why.
He's still going. All right. So how...
Skinnier CD.
I got this from like 38 years ago. Same hairline, weirdly.
No, I got a doobie in that. I legitimately have a doobie.
Doobie. So, how good were those Game 7s yesterday?
They were extremely enjoyable.
Actually, I got to watch them. I was
So did I.
Work did not get in the way. I got to watch them.
I was able to watch the last quarter of the Portland game.
Yeah.
I watched 95% of
The 76ers.
the Sixers game. Yeah,
That picture of Kawhi.
he's a fucking.
41 points he had. That was the record for...
He took a shit ton of shots too. Though, so
Well, yeah. Well,
he wasn't very efficient.
No.
It was a good 41, just not even efficient 41 because they needed him.
The team relied on him.
Okay,
Like,
they have to.
No,
They have
100%.
Who's their second option?
They don't have one. Kyle Lowry.
And I love Kyle Lowry.
But he's not a second option. He's a third.
No, he's a second option.
Nah, he's a third.
in the regular season.
And Siakam disappeared. The further along you got in that game, Siakam disappeared offensively.
he was bad. Series, but
And you can't rely on guys like Fred Van Fleet to pick up the pace.
Well, you would like to think Marc Gasol, but he's past his prime.
And
so
Serge Ibaka.
I think Marc Gasol now is more of
he's a passing big.
he's a presence, a locker room presence.
He's like a team
Leader.
Team
Yeah,
guy.
he will still get you a good 8 to 12 minute burst of really good defense. It just doesn't come together.
I was gonna say he's a role player. Right now. He's
he'll
taking that role.
He'll give you 2 minutes now, 3 minutes later, 2 minutes later.
The rotation of Ibaka and him worked out pretty well, I think.
I think they should be starting both of them.
I think defensively it would help them early on.
They would have the best defensive front court.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have such a drop off after that, though.
It doesn't matter. I don't think.
Yeah, but you just said you get a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. If you're in that lull where there's not, he could be exhausted, and you're only going to get.
No, I don't think he gets tired. It's just his skill level isn't
No, but
where it was.
I think that goes.
Well, that's why you have
too.
Serge Ibaka back down there to help him out.
And I mean, I like Leonard.
Yeah, we've touted Kawhi.
I think Kawhi.
No.
Come into the season. Well, 2 seasons ago, I thought he was the
Sorry.
second best player in the NBA.
I think we're on the wrong Leonard. Miles Leonard.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
I like him as a big. He's young, inexperienced. Is his problem.
He's 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was a little bit younger.
He's 74. He's 74.
And then Collins is 21 as well, who's their other young big, who's playing better than Leonard was. But I've always liked Miles Leonard. I know.
Yeah, when you say
We
were on base.
The
Yeah.
second best player in the NBA right now.
well, Christ, a couple years ago, yeah, he was. Oh, excuse me, Miles Leonard's 20. He just turned 27.
Okay, so he's been in a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
21 is
Collins.
yeah, Collins. Sorry.
I was going to say, Miles Leonard, though, just has not had the experience in the league is his problem.
So here's
He's a shooting big man,
here's a
but
trivia question out of the
Son of a bitch.
trivia question out of the gate.
Asshole.
What's his salary this year?
7.364.
What's your guess?
1.2 mil.
10.6.
I was close.
Yes, you were. You did not go over, so you technically win. The Price is Right.
That's because he did do well when he first came into the league. They were hoping for a lot more from him, but
Listen, they can hope for me and give me $7.3.
Hey, you're usually good at this. What college do you play at?
Miles Leonard?
Yeah. Trivia questions.
Arizona?
no, he.
It is a state college though, like that.
Isn't it a smaller school though?
No, it's
No?
it's a big
He
enough
was
school.
a big school.
It's a big school, but they don't have like the presence like
SC?
no
No.
Illinois.
Yeah, when he got that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough. But you hit. Christ, we went through that one draft and you hit.
That's because I got nothing better to do in my life.
You hit. What fucking draft were we looking at? You hit like 20 of the 30.
Might have been bronze draft. No, it was more recent. I don't know. I'm pretty good at it just because I watch enough college basketball. I love college basketball, so I watch enough of it to where the better players stand out. Because I'll watch Illinois and Pepperdine game
I
in the middle of the week
yeah, I watch college ball games all the
just
time.
to watch it because it's entertaining 90% of the time.
I watch more college ball, I think, than I do like NBA.
I think that's out of sheer volume, though.
Oh well, yeah, because there's like 38 networks that'll carry college games
Yeah.
because they will carry the tiny schools.
Yes,
Yeah,
like I'll watch
Well,
Iona Buffalo game
yeah,
happily.
yeah. I'll watch like Christ on Yes. They have like Siena versus Iona,
I've
and I'm like,
watched-
I've sat through a game like that.
And that's my problem with the NBA. It's because most televised games are the same teams over and over again. You don't
With
get
the
the
occasional like Sacramento
Yes.
thrown in there because they had like a couple of national games this year for once. It's
But
like,
that's what I have the issue with. Unless you're like a local team or subscribe to the NBA League Pass.
Which I can't. I'm screwed either way.
yeah, because if you get League Pass, you're blacked out, and you don't get the other
Don't get the
channels,
local, yeah.
I'm thinking about going to Direct.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
Did you have Direct before?
No, I went from Time Warner to Dish,
Oh, okay. All right.
and I love Dish. It's really good. It's just I don't get regional sports.
Which
That
is
sucks.
horriable.
That
Like I don't
sucks.
get to watch
Especially as a Yankees fan,
And
a
a
Giants
I don't get to watch the
fan, a
Yankees.
Knicks fan.
the Yankees, the Mets, the Knicks, the Nets.
Oh, that's right, the Nets get thrown in there.
Yep, 'cause they're on the
Occasionally,
Yes
the
Network.
Giants and the Jets get blacked out, which I don't understand.
Oh, so that means the Bills game would get blacked out too? Because no, they don't really. Even though it's New York.
I've seen
AFC's different. I
It's
think.
been the
Oh.
same. Like the Giants and the Bills have played at the same time, and they've shown the Bills game.
Oh,
I'm thinking maybe because I'm
maybe because it's Buffalo.
up there, up
yeah.
past Syracuse.
Okay. Because I was like, why is I'm like? Because I figured, but the Buffalo games were
I've watched them though. I've happily watched them.
okay.
It's football, man.
It's football, yeah.
Of course.
Honestly, that's why I love the red zone because you're not blacked out. It's literally it's everything.
See, I can't do it.
I like to watch a full game though,
Yeah.
start to finish. I'm a huge proprietor on like watching.
The only one thing I like about red zone is for like fantasy wise, when someone scores,
Oh yeah,
boom, they've got it, and you're like, oh yes, I got that guy.
ticker.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna, I'll DVR game, and I'll fast forward through the commercials, but I'll play the game in its entirety. Like I won't fast forward between them picking up a player and getting ready back to the line of scrimmage. I'm watching that,
Yeah. Some people don't.
which
Some
is
people,
stupid, I think, but it's me.
No, it's like that's the same thing as in between pitches. fast
I'm watching
forward.
it.
But but what you're saying, it's the same principle. It's the same exact thing.
Well, I think it's a little different because in between pitches, it's not a lot going on. In between
Football, there's
it's a ton of shit
interaction
going on.
between.
It's on the same
Yeah.
wave.
That's what I.
Yeah, you watch the demeanor, you look at the
Yeah,
body
yeah.
language of each player
Yeah, I'm
as they're
looking-
getting up, who's in it, who's out of it, you know.
Well, if I fast forward too fast and it's in the middle of the play, I'll fast forward, rewind that.
You'll rewind it right back. Yeah,
to where before the play starts.
So back to what we were talking about. We always go way the hell away from everything. That's why we are the ADD podcast. Thank you for paying attention. Were you shocked by the outcomes of either one of those two games?
Nope.
The way Denver started out, honestly, 27-point lead,
17.
17.
17.
I was gonna
I was
say
gonna say the high rusher was 17.
Yeah, it was 17.
it was huge though. Like watching that first quarter, Denver looked like they were gonna blow them out the water.
I saw some of it.
It was. Well, they both shot like shit from the outside, which gave Portland a chance.
It was the missed free throws from Denver.
Yeah, Denver missed a lot. Yeah.
Denver made free throws. They won that game.
Actually, that's a very good. That's a very
That's what it was though. That's like watching the game early on. Denver came out the gate like we're taking this. This is our game to lose.
Other than Jamal Murray, the team couldn't make a free throw. Jamal Murray made. He
9 for 9.
He missed one free throw
Did
the
he?
entire series. Entire series.
No, he missed one. He missed one yesterday.
No,
I thought he went 9 for 9.
no,
I
he
think
was
it was
9 for
35
9.
for 37 over the series.
No, he didn't miss one yesterday. He was perfect.
I'm pretty sure he went 9 for 9 from what
Probably.
I recall.
Like I said, I only saw the
I was gonna
last
say,
last 8 minutes of the fourth.
well, that's when I think he got 4 of his attempts.
Yeah, he did. He did, and they
I
kept
was,
saying
I
every
was
time.
also, I was also watching on my phone
Yeah.
in the car and in the ice cream
All right, yeah.
and in the froyo shop.
So yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because we went out for Mother's Day
Mother's
dinner.
Day, yeah.
Oh, hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. If any moms are listening, or anybody who has sex with mothers, you motherfuckers. Anyway,
Don't look at me. I don't have sex.
can't do it. Never mind. So now I gotta ask this question. Being people that have played basketball before, Kawhi's last shot, the iconic photo and everything that happened, was that shooter's touch or a shitty lucky bounce?
Neither was a good shot. It just shit happens.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm on the other team,
It's a lucky bounce. If you're on the team, it's shooter's touch.
oh no, if I'm on the other team, I'm doing exactly in that photo where Embiid is looking like, though, is that going in? Is that going in? And then when it does, I'm gonna be disheartened because to go out on a shot like that, it sucks.
That's what I would think.
It's the first time that a game winner in a game 7 has ever happened.
Even still, even if it's just an elimination game and that's the type of shot that hits on you,
Yeah.
it sucks to go out
I think
on a
it's
game
wor-
like
it-
that.
It's worse in a game 7 though because you don't have any rebuttal. Like for a
Yeah.
game 7,
Well, like I said, if it's an elimination game and you go
but
out
in,
on
but
that,
in game 7, it's just I think
And-
that's more disheartening.
it could be. But you also went 7 games with the team where you could have been the Boston Celtics and.
Yeah,
What-
looked so good in the one game, and then the next 4 you lose by an average of 18 points or whatever the frig it was.
But and then
Some crazy total.
being on Kawhi's team, the other side of it, like you see that ball drop like that, I'm mauling that dude. I don't care how that shot went in.
Except if your name is Mark Gasol, because he's wandering the wrong direction looking for somebody to hug, and his team is literally. The bench was where Kawhi was, and he's going to mid-court. No one's there. That's the best part of that. When they show a photo on this side, Marc Gasol's going, oh, like this, and it's all 76er players. There's no one on his team.
Well,
Everyone's behind him.
maybe he wanted to hug a 76er. Sorry you guys lost like this.
Well, he
He
went
did
up,
go up and
he went
talk
up
to
to like
Joel
Embiid
Embiid.
and those guys.
No, you got to apologize. They played tough. There's a lot of respect in the game.
Apologize my dick.
Especially when you go 7 games.
Well, sorry, when you're 47 years old and your name's Marc Gasol, you got to apologize.
Listen, I think Marc Gasol is a borderline Hall of Famer.
I've always been a Marc Gasol fan. I thought he was better than Powell.
No. It's the low end of the borderline. I think if he gets a championship and plays a couple more years and compiles a little bit, but excuse me.
I thought he was
You
better
alright
than
over there?
Powell. Was
Yeah.
Okay.
just in a worse situation than what Paul was.
Yeah, I think Powell's a legit Hall of Famer right now. right now he's a legit Hall of Famer.
Stat wise and everything, I can see that. I'm just talking about skill wise. I think Mark was better than Paul, just in a different situation than what Paul was in.
Him being hurt is going to rob.
Defensively, he was better. Offensively, Pau Gasol had a complete offensive game.
I'm a big defensive guy, but I like.
But with Powell completely being ruled out because of the surgery, it robs the brothers of going against each other in such a high.
Unlike the other Western Conference.
Yeah. Yeah, where it's Steph and Seth.
Seth says Steph sent him a text like, "Good luck, I'll see you Tuesday. Be ready" or something like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. How would you like to be the parents when you see this? Because no matter what, one of your kids are going, regardless if Steph's been there a million times now.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. You get to see them both play without having to travel around. That would be the part that I.
Yeah, because wherever they're because you're literally going to two places and they're both playing, so you don't have to worry about we're missing this.
Especially with Seth, the way his NBA journey started.
Yeah.
Him actually making it and not just being a guy that's sitting on the bench,
but he's
and
actually
getting
getting
a
minutes.
contributor.
Yeah, he's got minutes.
I just shit myself.
But, again, just to be able to see them both in one game, not having to decide who to pick and choose,
Since high school.
Yeah.
Maybe right after high school, but it's been at least 10, 12 years where it's been a meaningful game.
Yeah.
Because they've seen them together in like regular season games and shit.
Trying to get to.
We welcome Hoodie CD to the program.
What? Hoodie CD is
I got cold. I'm fucking cold. I'm always cold in this house.
He's as cold as ice. Sorry, I only got a few words out.
Listen, we haven't had a show in 2 weeks.
They're listening.
Yeah. Fucking shows out here. What the hell? We thought we took care of them with the food poisoning. Nope, didn't do it. Sadly, it was Chinese food that did it to me. And guess what I had today again?
Chinese?
Yeah, I had Chinese food.
I had Chinese food today too.
I saw.
I had Taco Bell.
We saw. I had Chinese food and grilled cheese.
Nice.
I had
What is combination?
Chinese turkey sandwiches and Taco Bell.
Oh, no, I meant just for dinner. I had
No.
Chinese food and grilled cheese.
All right, touche.
Well, we didn't have a lot of Chinese left. And
Touche. I had turkey sandwiches for lunch.
for
And
lunch,
then,
I had
I get done work, I take my after work poo, and then I gotta get some food on my way here, otherwise I'm gonna starve until I get done.
I had spicy. I had shrimp pad thai, spicy shrimp pad thai
All right. So here's.
with tofu.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Wow. So
Wow,
I'm
Owen
looking,
Wilson.
I'm looking
Wow.
at the list. I'm on NBA reference right now, and I am super far down the list, and I still haven't even found. There he is, Marc Gasol. If his career ended right now, he is in average points per game.
16 and a half.
He would be 14.99.
I was gonna say 14 myself, but
He is 248th all time in the points per game for qualifying people. His brother, Pau, ranks... I saw him. He is 163rd at 17.04.
I mean, yes, points are a part of the game.
Well, I did.
but-
That's the first stat that's here, so it was easy
I
for
know.
me to go all the way up and down, up and down, up and down.
I don't really worry about counting stats with everybody. Some of them you have to worry about.
Yeah,
just
like
think
when the race is tight, I feel yes, then you got a stat count. But
Like Calvin Johnson, his stats aren't going to measure up.
no,
Completely switching sports, but his
Well,
stats
we never do that.
his stats aren't going to match up. But just looking at him,
yeah, I test him.
you know, watching him play, he was a dominant player.
It's true.
So
That's true. That's right.
I think Pau, and he has 2 rings.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like I don't dispute anything you said. He is a Hall of Famer. Pau is. I feel
Borderline, but I think he's
he's
closer
big-
to the.
closer than Mark is.
Oh yes.
I agree with that 100%. I just thought that Mark was a better player in my sense of
I can't,
basketball
I can't
sense.
tell you you're wrong
that's
because
right.
I think their skill levels were
different.
yes.
So it's hard to compare.
It depends on the team that I have around them.
That's the situation.
My question was going to be, in fantasy, who would you have much rather had throughout their career? Because
Pau.
Pau, yeah. I will say that.
You got more offensive counting stats.
I was going to say you got assists from him too. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mark Gasol
passes too.
I know Mark's a great passer.
Mark will hit a lot of threes.
So
well, he never used to though.
They both. As
See,
they got
throughout the
older.
career.
I
They became stretches.
think Mark has made a hell of a lot more than Powell ever has, though.
I don't think so.
Well, I can find that out in just a minute.
But I would sacrifice that because Powell was going to shoot you a better percentage.
I just like, because Mark, again, right now, he's even doing it right now. He's a great role player. The screens that Mark Gasol sets are screens.
Oh, he sets them.
Oh, yeah. Do not want to be the guy that has to choose to go over top of that screen to stay on a shooter.
Looking at Powell's statistics, he, at the end of his career, his last few seasons, is the only time he averaged 1 3-point attempt a game.
Well, yeah.
That's it. That's it. Mark has a hell of a lot more than that. I don't even have to look, and I know his is a hell of a lot more than that. Because I've had him on fantasy teams, so. He averages... His lowest of his career was before he started, when he transitioned, he was 0.2 all the way up until then. Since then, he's been averaging 3.6, 4.4, 3.5, and 4.
It's an adaptation of the game,
Yeah.
though, as well.
What do you? I mean, if you can do it, do it. I mean, he's shooting in those years that he did it, 38.8, 34.1, 36.3, and this one's split up, so I'd just say 36.
And honestly, Paul had to play the big guy on most of the teams that he was on.
True.
Whereas, like,
For the most part, yeah.
Gasol, when he was
That
with...
was undoubtedly an all-star the best player / all-star on the team. I don't think you can never really say that about Marcus.
No.
The accolades that here, since I have his marks, he is 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. He was on the All-Rookie team, Defensive Player of the Year once, and All-Defensive Team twice. I can go back to Powell now.
But
To Powell.
again, Marc Gasol got pushed out of the inside with Zebo being down there
Zebo.
because Zebo owned the post. You couldn't.
Those Memphis teams were really, really good.
Powell's accolades:
I've always been a huge fan of Conley.
7-time All-Star,
6-time All-Star, 2-time champ,
2-time first team All-Defense. All-NBA.
4-time All-NBA.
Is it first team?
Did it
though?
say first team?
No, it just says All-NBA.
Okay.
I think it was 2 times All-First team.
It doesn't list it here on the reference thing, but it's just it encompasses it for All-NBA, and then Rookie of the Year in 01-02.
I forgot he was a Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah, no, dude. When he came out balling for Memphis, it was
I love Powell.
he was nuts because he was the tall guy who could do everything.
Up until this year, he still was double digits every year. This year, it was not so much. It was 4 points a game.
I think he played 4.4 minutes a game.
He averaged 12 minutes a game.
All the times I saw Milwaukee play, I don't remember watching him play.
Well, he started in only 6 games, and he played in 30 total. And toward the end, he wasn't playing as much.
Because
so
you got the fucking extraterrestrial on that team.
Well, he only played. Remember, he was traded or he was cut. Like he was cut and he went to the Bucks. He played 3 games with the Bucks. That was it.
Because he got an extraterrestrial on his
And
team.
he averaged 10 minutes. He averages 10 minutes a game on the Bucks in those 3 games.
It's cold in here.
I've got shorts and a t-shirt on. I'm fine.
I got a hoodie and a hood sweater on.
And he's got like a candle lit underneath his jacket and stuff too.
No, I'm just happy to see you.
Stuffing it with newspapers.
New York Times.
I am a boy, damn.
All right. So, who will win between the Bucks and the Raptors, and how many games will it go?
Bucks and 6.
Bucks and 6. That's CD's pick. Bucks and 6. I'm gonna write that down.
Let me jot this down.
He writes everything down.
I do not. But it's easier for me to go back and go, okay, you predicted this, you predicted
I'll
this.
just say I did.
Is Venus going to be in retrograde?
Did you say is your penis going to be in anal grade?
No, retrograde. Venus.
Oh, Venus. No.
No. Then I have to agree with CD.
Bucks and 6, all right. And I actually have it going 7.
Ooh.
Bucks and 7.
So we all got the Bucks, though.
Yes, we all got the Buckies.
I picked the Bucks at the beginning of the year.
He picked the Knicks to be exact.
I know, right?
After about the second week of the season, I was like, oh, God, they look good.
And then that was it.
I don't know. Maybe I did pick the Bucks. I don't know.
I can go back and.
That's
Yeah.
No, not doing that. All right.
Oh, that didn't
Why?
sound great.
Grilled cheese is Chinese food.
Did it come out as grilled cheese?
And
too?
I had Thai
think
for,
it
and I had
sounded-
Thai for lunch.
It sounds
Oh
like
my god!
you are gonna blow up a bathroom.
He just blew up his pants.
That's why I said,
He made pants grilled cheese.
that's why I wear my pants off my ass. Not for style. It's just for quicker release.
Wah!
I don't want my pants to MC hammer up and I fly away.
While you're shitting.
It's a lot of hot air. Oh, this smells awful.
Well, you Thai food and then you just threw some Chinese and grilled cheese on top of it. The grilled cheese was to try to
I
prevent.
think you're
yourself.
killing Aaron. I just heard her coughing. She's
And it was
two
grilled
rooms
cheese. It was,
away.
like that. It was the government type grilled cheese, the big brick you get.
He used half the brick.
I used about a quarter of it. Nope, that's what the slicer was for. So I tried to cut it with a knife. I was like, this shit ain't gonna work.
No, it's when you get a wire, you get a garrote, and you just
That's white people shit.
no garrote's made to strangle people with.
Dexter.
Like I said, that's white people shit.
White people shit.
It's a Dexter thing.
You can buy them at any sex shop. I mean,
What? What? Today's episode of Not a Clue Podcast is brought to you by Sex Shops.
By Dirty Dan's.
Dots.
I didn't want to actually say that.
Dan Dots.
I'm giving him no pub. Fuck him. He's dirty.
Dirty Dan Don.
Dirty DD.
Dirty double D's. Wait, what?
Listen, double D's can never be dirty.
Ooh, I tell you that.
so are we gonna talk about the Western Conference?
That's what's coming over. No, we're neglecting them.
Let's go home. Show's over.
All right. So with KD, ooh, what the hell was that?
We're going through
With
puberty
KD?
again.
My second puberty this week. With KD being out a minimum of game 1, most likely game 2 as well, with the whatever kind of calf strain / Achilles tear that probably was.
That's what I think it is.
Well, can the Blazers take full advantage and win to actually win the series? Honestly,
It depends. I'm picking the Blazers. If KD doesn't come back, I'm picking the Blazers in 6.
Blazers in 6. So he's already got Blazers in 6. Should I put an asterisk?
If KD doesn't come back.
If no KD.
Because they don't have anyone to match up with KD.
Okay. I put if no KD.
Maybe
Farouk Amino?
Amino, but he's going to abuse him.
Looney.
Yeah.
You can throw Harkless on him. He's gonna abuse anyone you. I think the two backcourts are gonna cancel each other out.
Clay
Clay and Steph are gonna
Steph
cancel out CJ and Dame. One game, Clay and Steph are gonna have a great game. CJ and them gonna have a good game, and I think that's gonna flip back and forth. But if Steph found this stroke, it's gonna be a great shooting series.
I think if Steph plays like he did in the second half, but for majority of the games, like he did in Game 7, I think no matter KD or not, I think that they're going to win.
I can see it, but
But if he shoots like he did in the first half, I don't think they have a chance.
Well, that's the thing.
He was over. He a goose egg.
and they were still in the game.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Well, Lillard was the same thing in the Blazers game.
Yeah, but McCollum had 198 points.
But that's the thing. Is
Again, my numbers might be a little off. There
Just
might have been
skew-
some kind of record.
Skewed to the
Yeah,
left.
there might have been some kind of record if he had
But
198.
that's what happened in that series. That in Game 7. It was
I
just
think Portland needs Dame to play better than Golden State needs Steph to play.
Yeah, but without KD though, that makes
I don't
it.
think it matters.
Okay.
I think with or without KD, you need Steph to play better in this series than if Dame is the best player in this series, Portland wins it.
I can agree. I don't think Portland's gonna win it though. Even
think
without KD.
You had
I picked
Houston.
Portland to go once after the first series. I picked Portland to go to the finals.
Yeah, you had Houston at the beginning of the year.
Yep. And once I seen the matchups and stuff, like I think Portland's going to the finals, and I'm sticking with it.
I have it going 7.
Who do you have in 7?
I do have Golden State in 7 though.
GS in
I think they're
7.
too much of a team, like body wise. I think there's.
I think that the backcourts match up better in this series than they did last series.
For which series? Both? Or
In the
in the Portland series?
In the Portland series or the Golden State series
is the question.
either one.
Okay.
This is a perfect. This is the two best backcourts in the NBA going
Yeah.
against each other.
Because the backcourt in Houston's good too.
Yes, but they're not
But
a
it's
good
not-
backcourt together.
no.
Right, okay.
I was gonna say
They're good. They're two really good players. They don't make a good backcourt.
the problem is both of them need the ball in their hands.
Yes.
And you can't do that.
That was the one thing. That was the one thing I said
Well, not even that. It's just James Harden
at the start of it.
will dribble the ball for 12 seconds. Damon and CJ,
They turn up.
they do dribble the ball. They can do a lot, but they don't dribble it in one spot.
They're
to set it for a
attacking.
three.
They're
They dribble it to get somewhere.
yes,
So I think that's the difference.
because that's a lot like Steph Curry. Steph Curry doesn't dribble just to dribble. He will
Yes.
dribble to get separation.
Same thing with Dame, unless he's setting you up for something.
Yes.
Off topic, real quick. I forgot to bring this up in the first part. Why is it that Brett Brown, the coach of the 76ers, I say this on Twitter all the time, looks like a divorced alcoholic father every time I see him?
Because he's the coach of the Sixers.
Yeah, but
Ba-ding!
even when they win, he looks like it.
Ba-ding!
Coach of the Sixers. You imagine coaching Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, but he looked like it before he got
All
there.
right,
though.
imagine coaching Joel Osteen, Joel Embiid, no shooting Ben Simmons. How would you look?
Like this.
Like a drunk alcoholic.
No, I don't look like a drunk alcoholic.
No, you look like a sober alcoholic right
That's worse.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is criminal right
now.
there.
I think
So
look at the
bad.
team he has to coach. And he has to live in Philly.
Yeah, you lose a game. What are the fans going to do to you? I'd be drinking too.
I'd be drinking on the bench.
So, give me that Gatorade bottle.
Remember how what's name used to drink Diet Cokes? Stan Van Gundy? He's got Diet Coke with rum.
He's got the Captain and Coke going. Kind of like LeBron with his wine on the.
That shit was hilarious.
That's why LeBron got hurt. He was actually drunk on the court.
Probably. See his team he had to play with? I've been drunk too.
I would have been like, yeah, I'm phoning it in for the year.
My $36 million gonna clear? Yeah, I'm good. I got 3 rings. I got careless.
Magic left. That's fine.
Let's not watch the shop though.
Last week I wanted to talk about that. About why is he critical of that when he did the same thing in Cleveland when he announced it? He never told anybody in Cleveland.
Because it's different. See, he wasn't under contract. He didn't quit. He was free to do what he had to do. Magic was under contract. Magic was like, "Fuck you, I quit."
Well, technically, he had an option on the table that he declined.
He was.
then.
He
Yeah.
had.
Yes.
But he wasn't under contract.
Yes.
Like Magic was under contract.
But it still would have been nice of him to say, "Hey, I declined my option, so I'm going to accept this."
Take my talent to South Beach. No,
Wait,
that's
you talking
what-
about this year or the first time? Or the first time he
first
didn't
time.
have an option.
Yeah, he did. He was just out of his rookie. He had an option.
No, he was done with all that. It, literally, it was.
That's what
He was
doing
his
this one-on-one.
first time as a free agent.
He was gone. Everybody knew because they were courting him.
Everybody was freaking courting him.
I think that's the only difference.
But I mean, it's tough when he says it and you're sitting here going, "Yeah, but didn't you do?"
If he would have done, if he does that, I think it comes down to if LeBron would have, if he goes to the front office and say, "I'm quitting, but I'm going to go play for them," I think that's similar. I think with Magic being just totally under contract, him saying, "Fuck it, I quit. I don't want to do this no more." I think that's the only difference it is.
That's the thing is, I feel like that's more respectful though than going somewhere else and doing it. Like he's just like, no, this isn't for me. Like I shouldn't be doing this. This is not where I belong.
Yeah,
Like that's just him realizing, I signed up for something. I took a chance. I don't like it.
he could have finished out the season.
He could have, but
What do you have,
even-
8 games left or something like that.
but
18
even
games?
dropping out before the end of the season gives them more time to actually be on the.
quit at the end of the Lakers season. Lakers season were done when he quit.
Who, Magic?
Yeah, he quit after the season was done.
Was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was a couple games left.
no, it was during the first round of the playoffs.
Was it?
Yeah,
Fucking playoffs have been going on forever.
Yeah, I know. It's been going on since Christmas. I know.
Fucking, and the Lakers season been over since Thanksgiving.
That's pretty close.
When did LeBron get hurt?
Strawberry.
Christmas game.
Yeah,
Christmas
Christmas
Day,
game,
right?
yeah.
The season's been over since Christmas.
That's what I just said since Christmas. I just said it.
You shut up.
But yeah, no, and that's where I see the problem at. If he were to go somewhere else and do it, then I
Agreed.
see it,
He couldn't.
and that's
He's still on
under
contract.
contract.
But,
Yeah.
that was something I wanted to talk
Just
about.
because I don't think it's the same because LeBron's wasn't under contract
Okay.
at the time.
But it has that slight air of hypocritical in it, technically.
I don't think so because again he was free to do what he wanted. Magic isn't free. He's not free to
Well, he's
do what
free
he
to
wants.
technically resign, which he did.
Yeah,
You're free to do that.
yeah, and as
pretty much like retiring almost.
and just
but
like
he's not
LeBron was
retiring.
free to do what he had to do. Like, but there was no contract in place for him. Like, Magic just said, "I don't want to do this." LeBron didn't say, "I don't want to do this." LeBron said, "I'm going to figure out what
Well,
I."
Magic
what's
at
best
time
for
was
me."
hurting the team more because of his position. If he mentions somebody, you get fined, you get dinged, and if you get dinged enough, pretty soon it turns into more severe punishment. Like because he had escalated his scale. If you ever paid attention,
Well, it would be like LeBron going to play football, gets signed for a team, plays one season, goes, this ain't for me. I'm going back to, I'm getting out of here. And
like Michael Jordan and
That
baseball.
comparison is a lot better, I think, than
because it's something that Magic has never really done,
Well, he has in baseball.
but it's not basketball.
A little bit.
And that's the
I think he was
thing.
more of a figurehead at baseball.
And that's all it was. He was just a face.
He was part GM. He still is. Like he still
Yeah,
hasn't stepped
but
down
that's
from
what I mean.
that.
It's
Sort of
more
like
of a
Jay-Z
face.
was part face of, he
Like
was
a
just
liaison.
the face of
He's like a
Brooklyn
liaison.
Nets.
Yeah. So let me just put this famous person on here to draw some
See,
people.
I don't think he's as much like Jeter. I think is as part owner or whatever his technical titles is. I think he's more hands on than Magic is with like the Dodgers stuff like that.
Oh no! You are right there.
And that's where I felt like, because it was like he doesn't belong there. And LeBron, if he would have went to football and tried it out for,
Magic for the Dodgers was around, like you said, the figurehead, like the liaison.
Yeah.
It's
Like it's Magic. It's LA.
Yeah.
It goes together like
Yeah.
like Chinese food and grilled cheese.
like a lamb and a tuna fish.
like hot sauce and anything.
Yes.
Touche.
Boing.
Actually, I put hot sauce on my grilled cheese today.
I've done that.
And hot sauce and garlic.
Actually,
When I make my
I
grilled
don't
cheese,
put it on
I
my
put
grilled
peppers.
cheese. I put it on the side.
I cut up peppers. I can grill the peppers on with my grilled cheese, and
How the fuck did we start talking about food?
and I use pepper jack.
Woo. This is not a podcast. Have you listened to it before?
Technically, no.
He's always on it.
I mean, he's listening to it. It's just happening.
No, I've
while.
listened back before. That sounds horrible.
By the way, my pick is Golden State in 6.
Six.
6.
Okay, so we all got different picks in that one.
We do. Well, we all had the same team.
No.
But
No, we don't.
in the first, you didn't let me finish.
Oh.
The Eastern Conference.
Well,
we
CD and
all
I
had
have the
team.
same amount of games, though.
Yes, but it's 6 or 7. I mean, and then he has Blazers in 6 with the asterisk.
So we're prolonging the playoffs for about another.
Yep.
6 years.
That's pretty much what we're doing.
Basketball style.
Yes.
Start of next season. Oh no, we get the championship game first.
The East, West, South, North title.
It's fucking like fucking baseball ending in November lately.
Actually, did you hear that Adam Silver was talking about possibly shortening the season a couple of games?
They can't.
Oh, a lot of the owners are actually in
No,
on
they're
this
not.
too.
They can just say that they're not because you know how much revenue.
Revenue, yep. They got to cut home games, and that's going to be a problem.
They can say it. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Nobody's going to do it. Because cutting one game per team
It's a lot of money,
probably multiple millions of dollars.
especially for the Knicks. Even with 7 people showing up, it's $2 million per game because that's how much seats are.
$147,000 for the fucking nosebleed seats,
That's what I said. You get 7 people there. Oh, we just made $2 million.
and they're always fucking packed too, no matter how bad they are.
Because Knicks fans are diehard.
It's because
It's like the Cleveland Browns before this year. They still were packing that stadium.
well, I think it's football. It's hard to like.
There's
Weather-
only 8 games. a
weather-
year.
Yeah, that's why.
And then
Like,
the weather
Occasionally-
as well.
occasionally 7 because one of your home games gets designated as a,
I know that. I would be pissed
And that's the thing is a lot of
as a
people,
fan, not as an owner. Cause
and a lot of people in New York don't go to the games to see the people that we're playing against.
well, Chris, look at Buffalo. Just look at their fan base.
A Buffalo fan base, diehard.
there's a couple crazy asses.
Did you see that the Buffalo the Buffalo owners and GMs are gonna charge you more
$100.
to tailgate like that?
It's not gonna work. All they're gonna do is take it a little further out,
Yeah, they're gonna go down the road
Yeah.
again. Yeah, that like they used to do. Yeah.
and then drive up their game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're such a great team. You can alienate your fans.
I know, and that is the thing that actually has drawn more people to your team.
I honestly, I like getting up Sunday mornings and doing all my stuff, and then sitting down right around 12:30, 12:45, and we're getting ready for the game. But I look forward to kind of seeing what the hell is they doing in Buffalo this week.
Every Sunday that I was awake for because at the time during football I was working the Baylor shift, so I worked the double going into Sunday morning. I literally I knew that they started tailgating at like 9 in the morning. So if I was still awake, I literally would I would look up Bills Mafia, the hashtag Bills Mafia on Twitter, and there were videos and live feeds and shit
when we were
there. Yeah.
We're walking through and we're getting invited into playing catch with random strangers. Got cornhole going every corner we turn around.
Hey, Bucks fan, can you throw a football? Bill's like, yeah. It's like,
he had his Buck jersey on?
Yeah.
No, he had his Bucks hat.
Oh.
A lot of people were commenting at Bullet Club, which is a wrestling thing. Like he was getting the Too Sweet Bullet Club thing, walking through Bill's Mafia. Yeah,
I didn't know it either. But
fans were coming up while we were sitting in the seats, like, "Hey, dude, Bullet Club, Too Sweet." Like they were doing that to Bill the entire fucking game.
Excuse me.
I've been like, I'm calling this game right now because I was. Yes, we were.
We should go to a game this year.
You said you can't.
Why?
You told me that we can't go to a game this year because you're saving up something, so you can't
Go
go.
vacation. We're not going.
You're not going?
No.
So we can go to a baseball game again?
That might not be feasible. No, Toronto. Yeah, we can do Toronto.
I was gonna say, even if we got like shittier seats and just
Did you see how bad Toronto is? We can sit on third base for $12.
yeah, but since
Canadian.
since Guerrero got called up, they've averaged a few thousand more.
We can sit on third base for $12.
Canadian.
No, American. That's 7,000 Canadian dollars.
I think you got Canadian dollars confused with the peso.
We were saving up to go. I was going to surprise him with a trip to
Jamaica.
I wish. Jamaica's so beautiful.
Jamaica, New York. You didn't let me finish.
Listen, I would go to Jamaica, New York. I grew up in Jamaica.
See, there you go.
You're making me crazy.
I was trying to surprise him with a trip
Jamaican
to
a bad
Disney.
pun.
Universal or Disney.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's just
It's expensive.
yes.
It's a lot of this.
And I would have had nearly enough.
And if you don't go full package, you ain't getting it.
Listen, 4 days. 4 days with a package to the three.
4 days with the pack.
The three
Parks, yeah.
was like 12
Yeah.
for the three of us.
Yeah.
Airfare, hotel.
It's
Yeah.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but
And that was with
it's,
food and stuff
but-
incorporated.
it's
Yeah.
better than trying to get a hotel outside of the area, driving there.
Although if you go at certain times of the year, the hotels are
Off seasons,
available,
yeah.
It was still the it was like 9, and this was off peak.
I work with somebody who has season pass too. They go minimum 3 times a year down.
So we're gonna instead of that, we're gonna just go to Lake George and stay in the.
I was going to say Darien Lake has now been recertified as a Six Flags establishment.
What was it?
It dropped it. Six Flags dropped them due to certain conditions not being met.
What was
and
it?
then-
5 Flags.
No. No, it was just Darien Lake. It was not Six Flags Darien Lake.
Thank
I
you.
like
Well, which one is the one with the Wolf Lodge? That's Lake George. Right?
That's Lake George. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
escape. That's Six Flags Great Escape.
That's where we're
Yeah.
gonna end up going there for maybe stay over there for.
That's expensive to stay at that.
Oh, it is, but it's not.
As expensive.
Universal Studios expensive.
What?
Yes, and Universal was the cheaper option
It's true.
over Disney.
Disney was 12. Universal was 8.5, I believe.
Do SeaWorld. It's much cheaper.
And also illegal in a lot of states nowadays.
SeaWorld.
Well, they're almost done with their Orca show.
No, that's the thing is 90% of the stuff that they do is pretty much.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of rides there too. I mean,
Well-
they have a lot of other shit. They have
I mean,
was also
there's
looking
not
at
as
San
much.
Antonio,
Though.
going down to San Antonio.
I was gonna say even going to Boston and hitting the Six Flags in Boston.
Fucking going to Boston. Fucking black.
There's a nice Six Flags in Boston.
Not racist it is in Boston. Listen, when we go see my brother, we do 800 miles fast through Boston. It's like, if you pull me over, that's fine. You're going to catch me in Rhode Island and pull me over there. No. Boston is I'm joking, but Boston's a beautiful town.
It is.
Rhode Island's beautiful. Like the
That's the-
architecture.
I've never seen Rhode Island.
The only state on the East Coast I've never been to is Rhode Island.
I've never been to Rhode Island.
Beautiful.
I hear it's nice.
It's like the architecture and
Yeah.
the old town stuff.
Like the whole state is basically an old town.
Yes,
if you
it's-
think about it.
And
Just with newer shit
Well,
put on
old
top of it.
It's
old money. A lot of
I
old.
was gonna say that's why Boston is as beautiful as it is too, though, is because there's a lot of the old architecture that's
I've
still
only been
there.
through Boston a couple times. Stopped once or twice.
Yeah, I've only been through it.
I've
That's
never-
I walked the streets a little bit when I was in school. We made a trip.
what you're saying is you shipped off to Boston. Boom! All right.
Yeah, I was looking to buy booze.
I do
I
wanna go
was
to a Red Sox.
18. I was 18. I was trying to buy booze.
But I'm going to be honest. I'm not brave enough to wear my Yankees jacket shirt.
I don't blame you. You'd walk in with that, just be like, that should be good enough.
No, I'm lying. I'd wear my Yankees jersey. No, I wouldn't because it's a.
Oh, I'll wear my White Sox stuff.
Well, no, because it's the only thing Yankees I have is my Reggie Jackson jersey. It's a fucking $350 jersey.
Yeah, you're not
You're
wearing
not gonna
that.
wear that.
And I would wear it. I just.
With your luck, you'd spill shit on it.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I mean. You're at a ballpark.
As much as I eat, you remember that fucking 8 foot long hot
Oh,
dog I
so
ate?
good,
It
too.
was
No. You remember the nachos?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's all you hear about.
It's a
games,
It
nachos.
took me almost an hour and a half to eat that thing.
Yeah, when we went to the... Well, also, if you think about it, the first 7 innings of that game were like that. Remember, Dad and I are going, it's like an hour and 10 minutes?
It was
7th inning?
flying.
And then all of a sudden, home runs started happening. It went from 1-0 game to like an 8-6
And I slept
game.
on the way home.
All right, so
I felt bad.
what was our last?
We've gone through it. We've gone through. So here's a question.
Message.
Here's a question I wanted to. Here's a question I wanted to ask. Going back to the Blazers Warriors series, if Golden State's up 2-0 and KD still hasn't played, should they just try to rest him more?
It depends on how this other
No. Okay. If they're,
the Eastern Conference is going.
okay. If they're up 2, let's say they're up 2-0, and the other series goes at least 6. So there's more time for him to rest if he doesn't play. If they,
Well, if they're
No,
like-
because you got to get him back soon because you don't want him coming back his first game being in the finals.
okay,
You want to get him.
At least
That-
a
that-
few
that-
minutes,
that
not
was-
a full,
that was the point of the question.
not a full load,
I think
but
it
you
depends.
know, you give them a partial load.
I got Milwaukee, so if Milwaukee is just spanking Toronto, if they win the first 2 games by a total of 40 points,
You got to get them back.
you got to get them back because I don't.
Giannis,
But let's just say he's not healthy and it is actually more, and he tries to play and makes it
Oh, if
worse.
he's not healthy, you don't play him at all.
no,
Okay.
no, yeah.
Even if he's sitting there going, "Fucking play me, fucking play me,
Well,
fucking play me."
if you're gonna do it, you give them limited minutes,
And you go,
like extremely
wait,
limited
you said
minutes.
something. I had my earplugs in.
Dolan walks in going, no.
Steve, don't do it, fucker. Sit. Thank you.
We'll trade you Zion.
I'm praying that we don't pick up Kyrie Irving.
The report is right now that
It's Stephen A. Smith.
That's not Stephen A. That Kyrie's going to go to L.A.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Totally okay with that. I don't think he's going to LA. He doesn't want to play with LeBron anymore.
Who was it the other day I saw a picture of, and I literally am like, holy shit, it's a mixture of this person and Isaiah Thomas. Like the short Isaiah Thomas. Like he looked, I wish I could remember. I wanted to use it on the show and I completely
But I
forgot.
don't think we're going to pick up Kemba. I think he's going to resign in Charlotte.
That would be huge for Charlotte.
They're going to supermax him.
Supermax!
I think it's like a $40-50 million difference.
Yeah, it is. It's 30 or 40. Yeah, it's a large number.
Depends on if he makes one of the All NBA teams this year.
That was the big thing for a bunch of guys this year.
Clay, Draymond.
Because there was all these players and only X amount of spots. So a couple of people were getting fucked.
Anthony Davis for the second time. He's not Anthony. Cat.
Yep.
Steph.
Yep.
Not Steph.
Cat was the one that was like the big, like he's the one that everyone's like he could be the odd man out.
I think he might be able to squeeze in at the third team.
Yeah, but if he for his super max, he has to be, I think, above that.
No, he has to just make All NBA.
Oh, that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying he has to make like first or second team to
No,
get
just
like,
All NBA.
okay.
I know Clay has an option, a clause like that. Draymond, if he's all NBA or if he's Defensive Player of the Year, which he won't get neither one.
Actually, that's in all contracts. To be represented as a super max.
Well, because he made one all defensive. I mean, he had one Defensive Player of the Year already. It would have escalated an additional bonus or something like that, because he already had one. Who else? It was one more superstar.
There's a bunch of them. I can't
Because I think they said about 9 to 11 of the spots are pretty much already spoken for.
Yeah, and that's why I said there's only a handful of.
They said LeBron might not make an All-NBA team this year.
So, did you see that Hicks at least came back for you guys today?
Yeah, I forgot to get him off the DL, and I went to do it today, and I did it, but it won't be available until tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Which I don't understand that.
Did you mention Andujar?
Andujar went on the DL.
It's
today.
because you have to. There's like different. Unless you switch somebody who's already on the DL, that's the only way it'll stay. Because then you have to drop somebody to get them to come in.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid.
I hate when that happens.
Because I knew he was coming off today, so I was just gonna wait till today and then figure out who was it. I think I dropped Inda Insardi.
You'll get it.
And it was like, fuck it, he's batting like 220 something, if not a little bit higher.
And even Joey Gallo's a lot better than that. Joey Gallo's about 260.
And he's still hitting fucking moon shots.
700-foot home runs.
Fly ball.
Caught.
Caught.
It's caught.
Caught.
It was caught on the winding track.
But the Yardbirds.
And then he ran to his car.
Whoa.
Gonna have a drink at the bar.
Ooh, I want a drink.
I've been drinking forever.
Me neither.
Anyway.
Since the last time we drank.
Saturday.
You drink a lot that night.
Yeah.
No, I drank fast that night. I didn't drink a lot.
You still drink a lot. You had most of a bottle.
No, it was only about half.
That's a lot.
Not really.
Yeah.
What?
You. That night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
For those not seeing what he's doing, he's pointing in a general direction of where CD was.
Like, resting.
Well, I drank a half a bottle in an hour and a half.
I know.
Like
That's a lot.
Not normally.
No.
Well, an hour and a half it is.
Hold on. Brad and I looked at each other and were like, the CD's drunk.
Yeah. Normally you get really happy. You pretty much missed the happy phase and went to happy drunk.
It hit me. I go, "Do-do-do-do."
Your eyes,
Yeah.
your eyes all of a sudden went like Bill, like you.
I'm telling you, it was like, yeah, we drink, motherfucker. Drink.
All right, next question.
was moving
About,
as I was like,
next question about the NBA. Which coach will have a better 3-year run if they make it? John Beilein, who is now going to be the coach of the Cavs, or Frank Vogel, who's going to be the coach of the Lakers? And before we answer, was it a smart idea for Beilein, even though he's getting a little bit more money, to leave the perennial NCAA tourney people and made a couple Final Fours, won
Yes.
multiple Big Ten titles?
Yes.
Okay, because it's the NBA.
Yep. And
Even if the team shits the bed in the way that teams
You can go back down to college.
he can go back.
Yeah.
He'll get a job. He might not get.
He
He
might
might not
not-
get Michigan,
He might not
Yeah.
get Michigan or like
but if a
Power
big
conference.
name school is looking for somebody,
I mean,
They'll look at him.
yeah.
So and
Especially
It's
with
like-
his pedigree already.
he was doing great. He's great in college, but great in college is still great in college.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I'm surprised. I think that's what makes Krzyzewski smart. I don't think his brand of coaching works in the NBA.
I don't think
Same
it.
thing with Izzo.
I don't think it would have either.
Same thing with Izzo. Same thing with.
Cal.
No, I think Cal could do it.
I think Cal could.
Cal
as
and
well.
Patino. I think Rick Pitino could have had a second chance. I think he would have done decently back in the NBA. I was thinking of Cal Patino, Roy Williams. I don't think their brand of coaching would translate.
Boeheim
well to
wouldn't
the
either.
NBA. No, God no. I was thinking of good coaches.
He's got a million wins also. So I mean,
He's also got 45 years at
so
Syracuse.
does Krzyzewski.
Really though?
But he's got like 2 million wins.
Really? Krzyzewski's the best coach in football, in basketball, in college basketball.
Wow.
Best
He's
male.
also the best.
Wow.
He's the best male coach. I think Pat Summitt is the best college basketball coach.
Period. I
And
actually,
Gino Auriemma is not far behind either one of them two.
Gino Auriemma's good.
He also gets the best players.
I was going to say, Gina. Well, he is now what Pat Summitt used to be. Pat Summitt used to get all the great players. Now what the hell was that?
Oh, piece of the wax.
Jesus, I just watched it go. But Pat Summitt years ago would get 9 out of the 10. That almost went in my mouth.
That would have been
money.
But with 9 out of the 10 best players,
agreed.
And now Ariema gets 8 or 9 out of the best 10. And then, well, let's just look at this past year. Krzyzewski got 1, 2, and 3. What are you doing?
Oh, I told him that was radio. America's Funny Home Videos. Here we go.
I start choking on it.
The first time you choked on something being put in your mouth, huh? It's funny because it's true.
Son of a bitch, it fucking sucks.
Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
You leave my
So-
friend alone.
So why will Vogel have a better?
Because he has a better team.
Because he has LeBron.
I mean, he said it. I have to agree.
And I think they're going to get AD. If not this year, next year. Not when I say this year, I mean the coming year. If not the coming year, the following year.
Always about coming
And going.
and joking.
He said following.
That's stalking. That's fine. That's
No, it's obsessively shadowing.
Exactly. I'm just
Stalking's an
protecting-
ugly word.
I'm just protecting you without you knowing it.
Exactly.
It's creatively following.
Exactly. Listen, we just happen to be at the same place at the same time all the time. Coincidence.
Your curtains look great.
Listen.
By the way, your new living room arrangement
I
looks
have never
great
seen
from the
a
front
living
lawn.
room floor that clean up. The way you put your underwear in the fourth drawer, amazing.
Those bed sheets you just bought, great color
Listen, my
choice.
shower pressure is amazeballs.
All right, let's.
Why is your fridge always just stocked with eggs and milk?
Or better, you should clean up the spill in the back of the fridge. It's been there 2 weeks.
Why
It's really bothering me.
why do you go to Costco and get boxed wine?
Why do you wipe 4 times and not 5? God, this got weird.
Hi, welcome to Not a Clue Podcast.
If you're just tuning in, we are not creepers.
Not a creep podcast. Okay, let's talk about.
Well, 2 of us aren't creepers. I'll let you figure out which one is.
I'm the creeper.
That's why he's still an intern.
That's also why you whispered.
I figured it would add to the creeper factor.
It would.
The creepiness.
All right. So, with how the Alliance of American Football failed, are you shocked to see that the XFL actually got ESPN and Fox to broadcast their games?
Nope, because neither one of them paid.
That's it? Okay.
I mean, if you're not paying for it, then
Yeah.
it's easier to do. It's still television.
There's no downside.
They have nothing to lose. They don't get ratings. Guess what? They cut it from their programming.
They're paying for production costs,
Yeah.
which is they would have to pay for something anyway. So,
It's just filling a time slot, pretty much. Is all it is.
and if it pops,
And yep,
they
then they're
probably
gonna-
have exclusivity rights.
They do. ESPN and Fox have the right. It's going to be on the ESPN family of networks, which includes ABC, and it'll be on Fox, FS1, FS2 as well. So you've got all that. Like the show.
Oh, nice.
But also having the money of Vince McMahon backing it as well probably helps.
It's going to help this league probably survive more than the other league did because the other league didn't have the funding.
He has already enough set aside, and he sold stock from the WWE to back this.
It's going to fail.
That's probably going to, but I think it'll last longer than one season, than like the last time.
I still think it's going to fail.
And okay, so the season officially will start February 8th, and it has 8 teams to start out with. The 8 teams are in LA, New York City, Dallas, Houston, St. Louis, Seattle, DC, and Tampa. Are those good markets to be in for this?
I think it comes down to
If people want to watch it,
it don't matter where because look
look at
the
the
way-
AAF because they had a couple of teams drew, and the rest of them were you're playing in front of like Tampa Bay Rays stadium like numbers.
I just think with the way everyone has access to the internet and you have your cable networks and all that, If you want to watch, you're going to watch no matter if it's in Oklahoma or Tulsa or West Bubblefuck, New York.
Do you have a map so I could find West Bubblefuck?
It's three doors down from Fuck You.
Oh, okay, all right. Like,
Fuck Youville.
Like the band 3 Doors Down?
I'm black. I don't
Okay.
know what that is. I'm sorry.
But if you go crazy, you can call me Superman.
I think we broke him.
I think he's looking for. I think he's trying to find that address in his head.
I think we broke him.
Do you think these cities will support, unlike some of the cities in the AAF? Because Orlando supported them. Orlando actually.
They ain't got shit in either, really.
It's going to depend on the entertainment factor. Honestly, it doesn't matter how.
He hate me ain't walking through those doors.
And that's
amazing. I love that name.
That's the thing, is they are going to need to keep it exciting. Either their announcers are going to have to be
over the top.
Exactly.
Which they were, if you remember.
But that's what they need.
Because they had basically a wrestling announcer with a sports announcer.
But that's what it's going to have
Which
to
is
end
hilarious, because the sports announcer is now the guy who does fucking games for ESPN for their Sunday night games.
But that's what they need, though, is that type of...
Because Matt Vescursion is one of the ones that did that.
And if they can keep it fast-paced, I think it'll do better, too.
Okay.
The faster-paced
They
game.
can't be...
Well, that was what the AAF had. They had a faster-paced game.
They can't be... But they didn't have...
That game was a lot of round and pound, though. Because there was a lot of...
Yeah, because the quarterback play wasn't the greatest.
It was more of coaching going, hey, we're going to do what most semi-pros teams do, and we're going to run the ball.
Yeah,
because
I think they only average like 18 passes a game
and
per team, which in a pro-style game isn't a lot.
No,
it's
but
not.
that's how it's turned out. Because coaches were trying to say, hey, I can coach with what I got, and that's what they were doing. Whereas the XFL needs to say, hey, fuck that, let's throw the fucking ball down the field, let's make this game interesting.
Agreed.
Because that's going to be... Because that's what the NFL is doing for the most part. They're fucking duck and chuck for most of the...
I mean, the games that get the higher ratings, yeah.
Well, just remember the fucking 900-point game that the friggin' Chiefs
Well, yeah,
and Rams had.
Like, the Super Bowl was boring because it was...
It wasn't boring.
No, but people said that.
Yeah. Those people are stupid.
People that don't enjoy football...
It was boring.
As a game of football.
It wasn't that boring.
It was extremely
I hated
boring.
the outcome.
The game was anticlimactic.
That's because you knew the finish before it started.
I didn't, because I picked...
That's like knowing you're going to come when you start having sex.
I picked New England. Wait.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
I don't know.
Touche. Jay-Z.
I picked the Patriots to win.
It's The Rock!
I believe you did on our pre-show.
He didn't pick shit. He's lying. He's lying. He picked the Cowboys.
All right, so here is
I think it would have been nice
a different topic. It's
if I could touch your body.
It's football related. I'm gonna take the microphone for a second.
If I know not everybody
I'm gonna take the microphone for a second.
has a body like me.
Your body's a wonderland.
Oh, well, John fucking Mayer, calm down.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. John fucking Mayer. So, Kellen Winslow the second.
I saw that today.
The one that just got done playing a handful of years ago, faces life in prison. So for anybody who does not know the situation, a second female has come forward saying that basically he sexually assaulted and raped these girls. They said that this one was a homeless person.
Mm-hmm. A transient.
He came up and asked if they wanted a cup of coffee. I'm going to actually read right from this. This is going to be quoting directly from Yahoo Sports.
Yahoo!
Well, if I'm going to go verbatim, I got to... Yeah, I'm going to... So that way we don't get dinged for this, too. On May 13th of last year, she said she ran into him for a second time after the first time he was very nice and left a nice impression, blah, blah, blah. Like he basically, walked her to the shelter and stuff the one time. So we met up with her again. This time, he pulled up to the transit station and asked her if he wanted to go get the cup of coffee. She said yes, but soon grew fearful when his Hummer turned around and then went down a dark road. That's when she said he stopped, and then she got raped. And
Basically, he said, "If you tell anyone, I will murder you," is his direct quote to her. The name of the attacker is Kellen Winslow, the retired NFL former star and son of
Yeah, I wouldn't call him a star.
the iconic Hall of Famer, Kellen Winslow Sr. So the case of Jane Doe number 2 is just one of the incidents that Winslow is going to stand trial for. The jury selection began Monday, which is today, in Vista, California. He's facing 2 counts of kidnapping with intent to commit rape, 2 counts of forcible rape, 2 counts of residential burglary. Is that because they were homeless? I don't know. And 1 count of forcible oral copulation, 1 count of forcible sodomy, and 1 count of indecent exposure. Jesus, that's a lot of fucking charges.
That's life.
The charges and the alleged incidents they represent are numerous and disturbing, says the court official. In addition, Winslow is also accused of kidnapping and sodomizing a 59-year-old transient woman who was hitchhiking, which he picked up in that Hummer. This was alleged in 2003, or another one was an alleged 2003 rape of an unconscious 17-year-old person.
Oh, he R. Kelly'd it?
17's too old for R. Kelly.
Yeah, that was way too old.
Sorry.
He's also facing charges for entering a mobile home where an 86-year-old woman was sleeping, as well as an alleged incident where he exposed his genitals to a 55-year-old neighbor who was gardening in her yard.
Don't be gardening in your yard, bitch.
Yeah, if you're plowing your yard, guess what? He's gonna plow you in your field. That too soon for that joke?
Never.
All right, good. Thank you. He has pleaded not guilty to these charges.
Why was she plowing her yard?
That's the way it goes. She was hoeing it up.
All right.
Have you seen my yard? I could give a fuck less.
Everybody's going to be hoeing it up. All right, Winslow pleaded not guilty to all those charges, but while he was out awaiting trial, he got arrested again for lewd conduct for touching himself and later using it on the arm of a 77-year-old woman while in a health club hot tub. He likes older women. I'm getting this here. The 50-some-odd-year-old, because he's younger than us, 50-some-odd-year-old and a 77-year-old. God damn, man. He's been incarcerated ever since. And then it goes on to saying about this. The trial, they're going to focus on his mental illness instead of other things.
Yeah, he's got CTE.
They're saying they're saying that it comes with the horrors of CTE. They're basically comparing him to Aaron Hernandez. This ends up being kind of weird. It took a weird turn, this whole thing. So I'm going to bring the microphone back now. What say you guys about that? You drafting him on your fantasy team this year?
Yeah, he's my holdover from last year.
Mm-hmm.
I finally dropped Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, did you?
He was hanging up a roster spot.
He's hanging tough.
He's going to be hanging around on waivers forever now, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, just cut the rope. It's fine.
You guys are horrible people.
I think you started that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, we just throw around a whole bunch of horrible puns.
What? No.
I just like hanging out.
We didn't do any of
So
that.
does Aaron Hernandez.
Hang out, won't hang out.
All right there, Kellen Winslow Jr.
You gonna rub it across a 77-year-old woman?
76. 77 is a little too old.
No.
It said 77 here.
That's why
She was 76 at the time.
that makes him a creep.
Makes him a weirdo.
Listen, 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. If there's hair on the infield, play ball.
What is?
If there's grass on the infield, play ball.
I was gonna say, is that the same as if they're old enough to crawl? They're in the right position. Oh yeah. All right, we are getting yanked off the air.
Like I said, 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. If they can't walk, I'll push their ass.
You're pushing something. All right, next topic.
Pushing the patience of the people who listening to this show.
If somebody's still listening,
You're welcome. Thank you. when the people who download this later on iTunes are gonna go, what the fuck happened to this show?
Miss a week and they come back.
I know.
Like that.
What the fuck?
Anybody want to help me install a bidet?
We see you sleeping.
All right, next topic. I had a movie thing to go through today.
Bidet.
First questions first. This is
I know.
actually,
I see.
first question here. It's actually off the topic I had. It's actually a poll at the bottom of the Kellen Winslow thing. Which of these baseball films is best? The Natural, Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, or Major League?
Major League.
Major League.
Because I say Major League as well.
That's not even a question. I was waiting. If you didn't say Major League, I was going to say Major League.
Let me see here. So, out of that poll through Microsoft, 345,105 votes. Major League is third.
It's because people are stupid.
With
Field of Dreams
Field
is
of Dreams
one.
and Bull Durham.
Field of Dreams and then Bull Durham. Field of Dreams 35%, The Natural 22, Major League 19, Bull Durham 14. Oh wait, I said The Natural, not Bull Durham. Sorry, The Natural is 22, Bull Durham's 14, and then Other is 10.
People are stupid.
What other with a Sandlot maybe would get some votes?
Angel in the Outfield.
Major League 2,
No.
Major League
Actually,
3.
Major League 2 might.
Major League
3
back in the
definitely
minors.
not. Listen, the people in Major League 3 don't even vote for that.
What about the severely underrated?
Basketball?
No, baseball.
The top spot.
I was gonna say the movie Ed, which was
The monkey. That,
the monkey.
Yeah.
They're just talking about Ed Gein.
No.
Like, wasn't that called Gein?
No, it's got a monkey and the guy who played Joey and friggin' Friends. It was a terrible movie.
Nat LeBlanc?
Yes, it's a terrible fucking movie.
I've never even heard of it.
It's not good.
It's like Air Bud plays basketball. I mean, Air Bud back to the minors or some shit like that.
Major League, you combine Major League back in the minors.
That's how bad that movie was. It needed Air Bud.
All right, so we normally do a movie thing where we talk about the movies, but I'm extending it. That's why I wanted to do it earlier. It's only 7:30, so we have time.
I'm extending my hand.
He's extending his
I'm
pants.
cold.
So, according to IMDb,
I am douchebag.
this is a list of their lowest rated movies, the bottom 100. I want to see if we've
Seen?
seen these movies, and if we have, should it be on this list?
Are we going through 100 movies?
I'm gonna skip some. I'm gonna gloss over
Some of the more obscure.
Like I'm gonna go all the way. I'm starting down at number 100, so that way we get to number 1. So number 100 on this list is a movie called Extreme Movie, which is one of those like scary movie type movies, but it's all extreme.
Is that the one where they're like snowboarding and stuff?
It's got like I think it has like that in it, but it's like all the extreme things that happen, like fake tornadoes, blah blah blah. It's
Like a Sharknado
I've
type
seen
thing.
this movie. It was before Sharknado. It was made in 2008. It's not a good movie. I've seen it.
Would you ever talk bad about Sharknado?
I've never seen Sharknado.
If I remember correctly, Sharknado was not on this list.
Sharknado is an amazing movie.
But so
I have never seen it, so.
okay.
I've seen every one of them.
All right, the number 99.
I wanna be proud.
The 99th, the lowest rated one, I have to stop at because it's a movie I've seen, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's better than the first one. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2.
Horrible.
Never seen it. Never seen the first one.
I actually
Horrible. It's the only movie I've ever walked out on.
Yeah.
what the first one. The second one is an actual movie.
I know. I've seen it.
The second one is so much better than the first one because it's an actual fucking movie.
Doesn't make it good.
It's good comparatively speaking. To me, I would watch Blair Witch 2 all the time compared to 1.
Agreed.
If
But,
you
but,
lock
but
me
you're
in-
not comparing it to one. You're comparing it to every other movie ever made.
Yeah, it's a horrible movie.
It's number 99 on the lowest rated.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
I've seen it.
I'm just gonna say the names of the next, and then when I'll stop. Number 90, Escape Plan 2. I never knew they made a second one.
I never knew they
I
made
never
the
knew
first
they
one.
made a first one either.
It's Sylvester Stallone. He did Escape Plan. It's
Oh,
where-
Escape Plan. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you said Escape
Me
Land.
too.
No, Escape Plan.
Oh,
I thought you said Land, dude. I was
No,
like, what?
Escape Plan.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No, I knew about the first one then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know they made a second.
All right. Number 97. This is actually kind of a surprise to me because of how popular it was. 50 Shades of Grey is 97.
They said their movies were
It-
horrible.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
a porn that is not a porn.
It's a Skinamax movie, just with a budget.
I've never saw none of them.
Neither have I.
Number 96 is Furry Vengeance. Number 95, Norbit.
I've seen it.
I've seen that.
I've
yeah.
seen both of those
It belongs
actually.
on that list.
I've seen, number 94, the remake of Prom Night, the Britney Snow Prom Night. I had to say it because I
Britney Snow. I have seen it though.
yeah, I have seen it too, and I wish I could just see her. She's hot.
Yes.
Number 93 is Delta Farce.
Good movie. Fucking funny.
I have not seen it.
With Larry the Cable Guy.
I have not seen it.
Bill Engvall.
Yep. Nope. I haven't seen it.
Funny. When DJ Qualls.
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yes.
DJ Qualls.
Yeah, from Euro Trip, or not Euro Trip, Road Trip.
Yep.
From Road
I
Trip.
thought it was pretty funny.
I haven't seen it.
Number 92, Caddyshack Part 2.
Didn't see it.
I've seen that.
I've seen it.
I
What,
like it.
what do they call the Mexicans? You know, from Mexico.
Standoff.
It's
Number 91.
Delta Farce.
Number 91, the original Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Never seen it.
Number 90, S. Darko. The other version of Donnie Darko.
I didn't see either one.
I never saw S. Darko.
Donnie
So
Darko's.
Donnie
I heard how bad it was, so I literally didn't go near it because Donnie Darko. I don't know why they did another version.
No.
That's just
No.
me.
Jumping
No.
over the beehive.
Number 89, the Human Centipede Part 2.
Didn't see none of those.
Nope. Refuse to watch where
Oh.
people's.
You've got
Yeah.
to watch.
No.
Yeah,
No.
My favorite thing is a meme that goes around from the first one that says there is a wrong way to eat a Reese's, and it's the picture of the first person eating a Reese's peanut butter cup with everyone else, and it's pointing to the last person in the line because that's their way of eating the Reese's. Anyway, number 88 is a movie I actually really like, The Exorcist II: The Heretic. That was back when Linda Blair grew up a little bit and was fucking hot. She really was. She really, really was. Number 87 is The Adventures of Pluto Nash. That's already 2 Eddie Murphy movies on this
I've
list.
seen it.
Number 86, the Cat in the Hat.
That was a horrible fucking movie.
But I was shocked.
Live action?
Yeah, the Mike
Jim
Myers
Carrey?
one.
Mike Myers.
Oh, God, yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, but I'm shocked that's on this
Dude,
list. I figured kids.
No, because that movie's made to scar kids. Dude, that fucking cat is creepy as shit.
Number, I'm noticing a trend on this. There's a lot of these type of movies on it. Going back to Extreme Movie, because there's a couple coming up. 85 was a movie called Swept Away. 84 is the spoof dance flick, which is like made up for like Save the Last Dance and shit
And
like
all
that.
those, yeah.
Yeah. Number 83, Stan Helsing, the Van Helsing.
No, I've seen that one.
I've seen both of those
I've seen
actually.
I've seen Stan Helsing.
Unfortunately. It's,
Number
wait,
8.
it's the dude that was on Reba in that, right?
Say that again.
The dude that was on Reba?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. He's
okay.
the Stan Helsing guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah. The fact that you knew him from Reba, interesting.
All right, Shameless, is that better? Well, Aaron loved Reba.
Give me your black card.
Yeah, that's.
I lost that years ago.
Yeah, but whatever was left of it just went out the Reba door.
Reba's hot.
Number 82. I'm gonna gloss over that. Number
Reba's
82,
fucking hot.
I don't think so. Number 82, Street Fighter.
Fuck you, Reba's hot.
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Van Damme's?
Yeah. I think that's the only one that was made.
No, I thought they made two.
No, they made another
Did
one.
they?
Yeah.
There's one is the Return of Chun-Li.
Yep. He is absolutely correct.
Probably better because Chung-Li, you know.
Number
hot, huh?
81.
Exactly.
Number 81, Ballistic X vs. Sever.
Antonio
And
Banderas.
Lucy Liu, yeah. Actually, that wasn't too bad.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Speaking of Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, number 80.
Well, it wasn't better.
Number 79.
It was better.
Number 79, a movie that really was terrible because they were trying to capitalize on certain things. In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege tale. It's the Jason Statham, like, old-timey type movie where it's kind of like Braveheart, Gladiator type. It's fucking terrible.
Never seen it.
Terrible.
Never heard of it.
seen
Number
it.
78, the Leslie Nielsen gem, 2001, The Space Travesty. The spoof of, obviously, 2001 Space Odyssey. Done many years later. Number 77, the Mike Myers movie Love Guru. So he's on.
I knew that was on there.
Number 76, You Got Served.
I like You Got Served.
Oh, Black Card made a comeback a little bit.
I had a great soundtrack.
You Got Served was dope.
Number 76 on this list. Number 75, Piranha 3 Double D.
3 double.
Yeah, it was 3D.
Yeah, but the large jugs.
Jugs,
3D, it's-
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Basically, it's.
I've seen a preview of it before, but I've never actually watched the movie.
It's the sequel of Piranha.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
74 was Speed 2 Cruise Control.
That's the
It wasn't that good.
that's the one on the boat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's really not that good. Number 73, The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, the sequel to the Flintstones there.
That's the one with Halle Berry in it, right?
Yes, she was
Yeah,
the one. Yeah.
she was the
Yeah, I've seen
secretary. Or yeah.
Number 72, the 1998 version of The Avengers with Uma Thurman and
it.
stuff.
Sean Connery.
I don't think Sean.
No,
Sean
that's
Connery,
legal.
Sean Connery is in it. He's not like a main thing, but he's in the
He's
movie.
in it, bitch.
Ralph Fiennes, or whatever his name is
Yeah.
the other
Fucking
guy.
tell me.
Number 71, the Lindsay Lohan movie, I Know Who Killed Me.
So stupid.
I ain't seen it.
She was a stripper in it, and that was the reason why I
I
initially
don't know.
watched it.
I mean,
Back when she was really good looking.
not
Number
all
70.
coked out. And,
Yeah, number 70.
no, she probably was.
Number 70, Dungeons and Dragons. I watched that when I was stoned.
I
one
watched
day.
that with Wayne's brother.
Yes. Marlon was in it.
Yes.
Marlon, yeah. Number 69.
Oh fuck! I did see that then.
Number 69, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No, he's actually one of my favorite movies.
Don't be Menace's house. I told you, drinking juice.
No, Memento.
Oh, I love that fucking movie. That movie's so good. It's one of
No, not Memento. Excuse me.
Oh. But he's not in that movie.
No.
Requiem for a Dream?
Yes,
Yeah, it's a
thank
fucking
you.
Great movie.
It is.
Where was I? 68. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
That's the one with Gene Hackman.
He's in all of them. Yeah, he was Lex Luthor. Number 67.
No, not Gene Hackman. I meant Richard Pryor. That's the one that. No, he was in 3.
He was in or 5.
Maybe. Okay.
Anyway, 67, the remake of The Fog from 2005, the original Fog with
Yeah, I didn't see-
Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
I didn't see either of them.
I didn't see this one. I saw the original. Number 66, Dragon Wars, D-War.
Never seen it.
I've never seen
No.
this one. Number 65, 50 Shades of Black.
Nope.
Yeah, I understand why it's on there.
Number 64, the cinematic gem of Nicolas Cage, The Wicker Man.
Fucking went to the theater and saw that.
Oh, I said, you didn't walk out of that? I like horror movies, and that was fucking god. The original one, even though it's still not good, is so much better.
I was with Aaron.
I ain't
Number
never seen it.
63, Spy Kids 4D.
I didn't see
All the
Spy
time
Kids
in the world.
1D.
No,
Number 62, Jaws 3D.
I didn't
you know,
see it.
I've seen all the Jaws movies. Number 61, the 1990 edition of Captain America.
Never seen it.
no.
Yeah. Number 60, the 1997 Batman and Robin. It's all because they had nipples.
I know.
Why?
I know.
Number 59, Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star. I love that movie. It's fucking terrible.
Nick
But
Swartzen.
Nick Swartzen in it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. It's terrible, but I love it. Number 58, The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I've seen
2005.
that thanks to younger sister and kid.
I thought you were going to say because of girlfriend.
Nah.
Look at his face.
Wow. I wouldn't take that if I was you.
Fly ball.
Caught.
Caught.
Nice. That was good.
Touche.
No, that gets up. That was excellent.
Rebuttal.
No,
At least I got one.
it's a low blow. I'm throwing a flag on that one. That's intentional. Man. Roughing the passer.
He's out.
I just got ejected from the game, guys.
Number 57, The Room. I don't know what that one is. Number 56, The Open House. This is one of the we actually talked about this when it came out last year. It was one of those like horror thriller movies that I'm like I might watch eventually.
I would definitely take your word for it.
Apparently, it might not be that good if it made this list. Number 55, Fear.com.
That wasn't too bad.
It was alright.
I never watched it.
Number 54. Oh boy. Yep.
Enes Batur Hayal Mikrikami.
That is the name of the movie. It was from last year.
I tried to pronounce
Yeah,
it.
that. Yeah, that movie. Number 53, Scary Movie 5. Number 52,
It was a five.
This one with Anthony Anderson.
Oh
Charlie
yeah.
Sheen's in it. And
And
Kevin Hart.
yeah,
Leslie Nielsen.
there's a shitload.
Signs.
There's
This
a
kind
shit.
of plays off this.
Yeah, crop circles and shit.
No, that's 4.
Is it?
That's 4.
It's 5.
5 is worse.
Oh, War of the Worlds? No, that's 4 still.
Yeah, no, it's because that
Is
played.
it?
Yeah, that played up. 5. We'll get into that. Number 52, the Britney Spears gem Crossroads from 2002.
I remember that movie.
Number 50.
Never watched
number
it, but I
51,
remember it.
the Dana
No.
Carvey movie, The Master of Disguise, is on this list.
Turtle enough for the Turtle Club.
Number 50. Number 50, Dumb and Dumberer, When Harry Met Lloyd.
I've never watched Dumb and Dumber.
Wow.
This was the non-sequel sequel.
Yeah.
The prequel?
Number 49, Police Academy Mission to Moscow. So that's number 9,
12.
8, one of whatever one.
Or 12.
There's actually ones after those.
Yeah, with a different
Yeah,
cast.
there's like
Police Academy is like fucking porno movies. It's like 27 of them.
number
There's only
48.
27 porno movies?
I mean, of one title.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Ass Spelunking 83.
Bang My Ass, 12. Bang My Ass, 13. Back in action.
Bang My Ass 2018, Volume 37.
Exactly.
I mean, not that we subscribe to those. But
I got all 36 of them in my head.
That's the soundtrack sometimes you hear in the background. Number 48, the 2018 Slender Man.
Oh, ain't seen it.
Number 47, Spice World. I watched it.
I watched it
I had a
too.
big thing on for the Spice Girls.
Baby Spice.
Number 46, Far Cry.
You guys are weird.
Number 45, Hercules in New York from 1970. That's like the oldest movie so far on this list. Number 44, Vampires Suck. Spin on all the vampire movies.
That movie
Yeah,
sucks.
I never watched it.
Yeah,
Like, I think I caught like a minute of it flipping through the channels one day. I was
really
like, you
not that
knew.
It's really not that good. Number 43, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. If I remember correctly, this one has Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger. Yeah,
I've never seen the
it's
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
it's really not good. Really?
Period.
You haven't even seen the original from the. Wow, really? No shit. Wow.
Never seen
Number
Leatherface.
42, again another spoof. The Starving Games.
Never seen it.
You know.
I never saw because I never watched the Hunger Games.
Never have I.
I have.
Number 41,
I watched one of them.
a movie of that I loved when I was a teenager just because of the Who stars in it.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Barbed Wire. Pam
Oh,
Anderson's
Pam
in
Anderson.
it, yeah. Back then she was. Whew, I tell you.
I've never seen
Number
it.
40,
Never seen it.
another Eddie Murphy movie, Daddy Day Camp.
Never seen it.
Daddy Day Camp?
Yep.
Yeah. He's
I've seen
in
Daddy Day Care.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Daddy Day Camp.
I'm waiting for Snow Dogs.
Actually, Daddy Day Camp might have been the one with Cuba Gooding Jr.
I was
instead.
going to say, Cuba Gooding Jr. with Snow
Cuba
Dogs.
Gooding Jr.'s in that one. Sorry.
That's what I'm waiting for too.
You're waiting for Cuba Gooding Jr.?
In Snow Dogs.
A bunch of movies.
Number 39, the Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill.
Nah,
know
I've
about
never
it,
seen
didn't see it.
I watched it. It actually was probably his worst movie. Number
That's
30.
Have you seen some of those Netflix ones?
That's saying a lot. If that's
Yeah, but the Netflix ones, you're going into it going, okay, they're Netflix
Yeah, I know,
movies.
but yeah,
Oh, there was that one. Was it the Do-Over with where he?
him and David Spade.
Yeah, that actually wasn't like. There's that one scene where fucking shit, the little Mexican guy that's in like everything. Oh god, I can't remember his fucking name, but his fucking sweaty balls are dripping. Like you actually see testicles and the sweat dripping off of it. That's fucking hilarious. Like that whole scene. Like my dad and I were watching that movie, and just that part where the balls are dripping, my mother comes into the room and sees that. And she goes, "What the fuck?" and walks right back out.
See, that's funnier than the actual scene, though.
But that makes it so. Anyway, number 38, the Emoji Movie.
Seen it. My son made me watch it.
Was it good enough to be on this list, or bad enough to be on this list?
It's really no plot to it.
It's a movie. Wait, but was the plot written in emoji?
It might have been. I mean, the whole
script,
movie.
The script was all in emoji.
It's about an emoji that was supposed to be happy all the time or smiling all the time, but couldn't smile all the time. He was different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 37. Even
He
though
might
she
have
looked
been
hot in the
autistic.
outfit, it still wasn't that good of a movie. Catwoman.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry looked hot in that outfit, I'm gonna say. Number 36, a movie called Gun Day. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Number 39, the movie based on the dolls, Bratz, with a Z.
Nope.
I think Amber had that.
It's from 2007, so that's about
Yeah.
right, yeah. Number 34, a movie called Tease Marcan.
Nope.
Never heard of that one.
Number 33, one of the variations, but it's got the Nicolas Cage. I believe this is the Nicolas Cage version of Left Behind.
Never heard of it.
It's a religious book thing. Number 32, the remake of Rollerball from 2002
With Bow Wow.
no.
LL Cool J. No, that's Roll Bounce.
Yeah,
it's
I was
Roll
gonna
Bounce.
say.
It's got Chris Klein, is it his name? The one from American Pie, the jock in American Pie. He's in that movie. He was one of the stars of that movie, and you can tell why he didn't do very many things after that. Number 31, The Human Centipede 3, the final sequence. This is one where they have like a million. Anyway. Here's an actual older movie from 1964. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
The title alone is intriguing.
I know, I actually kind of want to watch this now. This will be a nice Christmas gem. Number 29, Kazam.
Shaq.
Yeah. the fact it's 29. Shit, I would expect it to be in the top 10.
The video game was legit, though.
Oh my god! I forgot about that. Holy fuck, yeah.
I did it. I played a whole bunch of that, as well as Shaq Fu. Not gonna lie.
I love Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu's good. Anyway, number 20, a movie from last year called Race 3? I don't even remember talking about it.
I remember Race 1 and 2.
I don't know.
I mean, no.
Number 27, Blood Rain. From 2005. It's from the video game.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Most video game adaptations don't do well.
Yeah, not really. Well, the Resident Evil was okay.
Yeah.
After part 1, not really.
I was gonna say it kind of got
I
far-fetched.
still remember
Much like the games did too, though. The games took a wrong turn as well.
I still remember when the first trailer dropped. We went to, I can't remember what fucking movie we went, but I just remember like you'd see the symbol just go across the screen on the satellite, and the guy that we were with, Joel, he goes, "Fucking Resident Evil!" Like it's so loud in the theater. Like the other 20 people that were in there, like all spun around to us because he just fucking yelled, "That's Resident Evil!" As it was just the 1 second it went across the screen. It was the teaser. It wasn't much.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Number 26, Jaws: The Revenge. Number 25, Troll 2. Terrible horror movies from the late 80s, early 90s. I loved them. Number 24, Date Movie.
Okay.
One of those spoof movies.
Yeah.
Number 23, Baby Geniuses, which was a box office flop.
I was gonna say I remember that movie when it came
Number
out.
22, Meet the Spartans.
Another
spoof.
spoof. Yeah.
Number 21, Who's Your Caddy? From 2007. Number 20, Dragon Ball Evolution. Number 19, Geely, the Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck movie.
Dragon Ball Evolution, that was the live-action adaptation, right?
Yeah, from 2009,
okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Number 18, the Mariah Carey gem, Glitter. Well, I remember trying to watch that. I don't know why I did.
Yeah.
I tried. Number 17, the really old, one of the first Adam Sandler movies, Going Overboard. It's not good, but it's how you got to start. I mean, so now when you go back,
you gotta start somewhere. It's
Yeah.
like Jim Carrey started in Once Bitten.
I love that fucking movie.
Great movie.
What? I can actually sing the song. Anyway, number 16, the fact that it's only 16 and not higher, because I remember this movie came out, I wanted to watch it, and I did, and I regretted the entire 2 hours.
I'm intrigued.
Battlefield Earth, the John Travolta movie, one of the biggest box office flops of all time. I watched it, regrettably. Number 15, Daniel the Wizard from 2004. Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Number 14, great soundtrack. Terrible movie, Alone in the Dark.
Never seen it. No clue.
Number wow, what the fuck? Okay, I have to check this movie out when we're done. Number 13, Turks in Space.
Turks?
About because I see somebody in like a fucking.
Is Turkleton there?
I don't know. Number 12, Epic Movie. Another.
Yeah.
Number 11 from Justin to Kelly. The American Idol people. Kelly Clarkson. Yeah. It was fucking terrible. Number 10, Son of the Mask.
Okay, yeah, no, I remember that
Number 9, Saving Christmas. I don't know.
one. Lloyd Christmas?
No, it's it's Kirk Cameron. Fucking it's one of those movies. Anyway, number 8, Pledge This. National Lampoon movie. Paris Hilton was in it. Yeah.
Was it her sex tape?
No.
Oh.
No. No, that was also boring. Number 7, House of the Dead. It wasn't that good.
No. I'm trying to think. I was like, I almost was like, Rob Zombie. No, that's House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Don't you
Number
dare
s-
talk bad about House of a Thousand Corpses.
Number 6, Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Basically, it's like an updated...
Bird flu?
It's kind of like a updated version of The Birds, but it was really not that good. Number 5, I've never heard of this movie, Codename KOZ.
Cause?
Yeah, I don't know if cosplaying. I don't know. Number 4, ironically, another Paris Hilton movie, The Hottie and the Naughty. And
Oh, she was the naughty.
no, it's not naughty like naughty. It's naughty as in not hot.
I know.
That wasn't that good. It was. If I remember correctly, the actual other girl is really good looking in reality. I can't remember who the hell it is.
Yeah, whatever. It's not worth it.
Oh, it's worth it.
It's not worth it, Brad. Don't do it.
Oh, it's Christian Lopkin.
It's not worth it to risk it.
I'm gonna put the biscuit in the basket. Number 3, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses Part 2. So both of those movies were on this list. Number 2, a movie called Manos, The Hand of Fate.
Manos. That's Spanish
You're
for
Spanish.
hands.
And then number 1, the lowest rated movie, Disaster Movie.
I've actually seen it too.
That's actually better than some of those other ones that are on this list. Honestly. That is that list.
There's only one parody movie that really matters, and it's not another teen movie.
No, that wasn't on this list.
I know.
We
But
all
that's the
know
only
that.
parody movie that matters.
All right, so now here come the movies that are coming up this week. Gotta get movie voice ready.
Me.
Not gonna see it. It's a short film. It's fine. So this is the time of the show where we talk about the movies that are coming out. We either say, yeah, we're gonna watch it in the theater, which doesn't happen very often.
Or CD stays quiet because he has no more creative ways to say no.
Okay, there we go. Or we just say Redbox or something.
I got you.
First is an action crime thriller. Super assassin John Wick is on the run after killing a member of the International Assassins Guild, and with a 14 million, I shortchanged it, $1 million price tag on his head, he is the target of hitmen and women everywhere. Starring Keanu Reeves, Halle Berry, Ian McShane, Lawrence
Can't look away.
Fishburne. John Wick Chapter 3. They're not paying attention.
John Wick Chapter 3, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
I have yet to see 1 and 2.
I've seen one. I haven't seen 2.
I've seen 2. 2's good. What are you watching? What in the flying fuck is that?
You see where
What is that?
It's food. Like he's cooking something, but
Looks like you're jerking it off.
he's about to chop off the tip.
You can circumcising?
you can see where our
Next. Oh wait, are we gonna watch that? I'm gonna watch it eventually.
We was just watching something.
like I said, I gotta watch 1 and 2. I do want to watch 1 and 2.
One's really good.
I've seen. I haven't seen 2 because I was
Two's
like, I feel like they're.
2's still good.
I felt like they're fishing though, and that's why I don't know.
They,
I hate when they do that too.
well, this one I'm more afraid of because they rushed this one. Because suddenly they're like, oh, John Wick 3 is going to be made. And then, holy fuck, we have a release date. It's like, what the fuck just happened? They filmed it in like 4 weeks. Like, boom, done.
Fucking plot's pretty much the same.
Yeah, he just kills people. Yeah,
Killing
which
a
is
bunch of
fine.
people.
And that's
But the thing is, though, the way they did the first one was really good.
I'll watch it eventually.
Next, an adventure comedy drama, family fantasy. Holy fuck. A dog finds the meaning of his own existence through the lives of the humans he meets, starring Josh Gad, Dennis Quaid,
Good.
Marge Heldenberger, and Betty Gilpin, A Dog's Journey.
I saw a preview for this and I bawled my eyes out during
Just-
the preview. Dude,
It's a
buh.
yeah, it's a dog that basically wants to protect this girl.
I've seen
Okay,
it.
alright, okay.
Uh-uh. Not gonna watch it because I'm gonna cry.
So we're gonna watch. We're gonna
What the
sit down.
fuck is wrong with you?
I love my dogs.
That's my dog.
Hey dog, what's up? Anyway, next.
You know the next line in that song is, right?
What? That's not the same song.
I don't even know what song that was.
No, it's from a movie.
Oh, I thought he was.
It's from the movie Grind.
Okay. I know that
Should be on
movie.
that list.
Yeah, I know that movie.
It's a skateboard
Yeah.
movie. I love that movie. It's actually pretty funny. Next, it's a drama romance. This is a very short description. A teenager finds love at a difficult time in her family's life. starring Yari Shahidi, Charles Melton, Kyon Sim, Faith Logan. The sun is also a star.
I've seen a preview
I've seen
for
a
it.
preview for it too.
No.
I'm not gonna see
No.
this. I think CD wants to say something right now. He's testing to see if the mic's working. No. Oh, that's all we got. That's all we got. Next, a drama. Just a drama. Ooh, hello. 19th century rural Vietnam.
No.
14-year-old May is ready to become the third wife of a wealthy landowner.
Fuck no.
Little did she know that
Just stop now.
her hidden desires
Nobody-
will take her by surprise.
This movie will make
Force her to
$7.
make the choice between living in safety and being free. Starring Lan Li Vu.
Is this an R. Kelly movie? There's a 14-year-old girl about to get married.
Maybe a little slow.
Mai Thu Huang Maya. Nyang Pyang Tra Mai. And Nyahun Yang Yen.
Does that come with that girl?
20 minutes. The third wife.
I told you to stop 10 minutes ago.
Well, since I started it, I'm like, I gotta finish. Giggity.
It's called rape.
And everything leads to it.
It's not right if they're asleep.
Technically, I didn't tell you no.
But the drool said yes. Next, before we get in trouble,
Already in trouble.
unlimited release drama mystery romance. A young film student in the early 80s becomes romantically involved with a complicated yet untrustworthy man. Starring Neil Young, Towson Cole, Jack McCullen, Tilda Swinton, The Souvenir.
Sue, you're in there.
Hello, I'll Tilda you Swinton.
I want to watch this as much as I want to watch paint dry.
I kind of like watching paint dry because then I don't put another coat on.
I like watching it because you get high off the fumes.
Depends on what kind of paint you're using.
I don't use the paint, you get high on the fumes. Obviously.
CD uses spray paint.
Spray paint?
That's not masturbated.
You gotta shake your spray paint before you spray it.
If not, it comes out in chunks? I don't know. Anyway. Next.
That's how you mix the paint. man.
Unlimited
Come on,
release. Oh, this is interesting. A drama sci-fi. A spaceship carrying settlers to Mars is knocked off course, causing a consumption-based obsession. Causing the consumption-obsessed passengers, to consider their place in the universe. Starring Emil Johnson, Bianca Caruso, Arvin Kaninen, and Anneli Martini.
When's that paint starting?
Inari. What's the name of the movie? Is Inari?
Hey, you just name it. And, we can start that paint.
And that is it for this week of those movies.
Yay!
What are you talking about? I thought you guys loved all those. I thought you guys were like, man, I'm watching all those in the theater right now. So,
I've already rented the theater for the weekend.
those are nice. So, now here's the top 10 of the week. It's third weekend now. You can pretty much guess where I'm going with this.
Avengers Endgame?
You are correct. It made 63.3 over the weekend, 723.7 domestically. It's made $2 billion overseas.
It's a flop.
Yeah, it's a big flop. Big old floppy flop.
I mean, that only covers, what? Tony Stark's?
Number 2, and we didn't talk about this movie because it's first weekend out. It made 54.4. Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu!
Detective is what I just said.
I know, Detective Pikachu!
Detective Pikachu.
Honestly, I will be watching this probably this coming weekend with my son. In theaters. I know.
Are you gonna? Do you want to watch?
No.
Although I have seen online a thing saying that
It's Ryan Reynolds toned down. It's Deadpool toned down.
They said that Ryan Reynolds' gag reel alone can make this movie an R movie because he goes so off script and swears like a champ in this. And they said they can make an R movie just of his one-liners and two-liners.
It's Ryan Reynolds. I mean,
Number 3 movie it was opening weekend. It's the Anne Hathaway movie, The Hustle, made $13 million. Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. Yeah,
Rebel Wilson.
it looks like it would be
I
decent.
hate Rebel Wilson.
I think Anne Hathaway's gorgeous.
I do as well, but I fucking hate Rebel Wilson.
She says a lot of good things about you.
Well, that's great. hate her style of
talks-
comedy.
She actually talks lovingly about you. Like she wants to bury your children and all these weird things.
That's what she told you.
Yeah, see, I told you.
I mean, fuck, I'll pop a baby in and get some child support.
Well, you got to pay her the child support.
No, because I'm gonna get the child.
Oh, okay, all right. Number 4. And
She's an unfit parent.
and it's,
I agree.
Are you just saying that because she's a bigger girl? Anyway. That was the one thing we didn't make fun of today, so I had to do it.
Because I said unfit, he went, unfit.
That was the one thing that we didn't make fun of today, so I had to do it. And the 4th for the week made 7.2 over the weekend, 21.6. The Intruder. Are you okay over there? You gonna make it?
So Michael Ealy and making a good movie.
Dennis
with
Quaid. Yeah.
Okay, oh yeah, all right.
Where he
No, I remember. He's the,
he
yeah,
sells the house
yeah,
and
yeah, and stays around, yeah. Okay, I remember now.
In number 5, in its second weekend out, it's made 19.9 total, 6.3 over this past weekend. The Seth Rogen Charlize Theron movie Long Shot.
I actually think I'm going to watch that once it comes on
I-
Netflix or.
Yeah, we mentioned that a couple weeks ago.
I got zero. I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen.
I'm a big fan of Charlize
I'm
Theron.
not a big fan. I think Seth Rogen's funny. What do you
I think
mean?
Seth Rogen's funny too. What you looking for?
He's a one-trick pony in my eyes.
You're a one-trick pony.
And Will Ferrell isn't?
I don't like Will Ferrell either.
I thought you might.
No.
The what? No, it's too late for that. Did you brush your teeth?
Coming in 6th in its opening weekend. We didn't get to talk about this because it's the opening week. It's already going to be considered one of the biggest flops of the year. They've already had a big thing about it. Palms. Yep.
What?
That's the Diane Keaton, like the old-time cheerleader ladies.
I ain't never seen a preview for it. So.
I saw the previews for it.
Basically the bucket list, but with 90-year-old
Yeah, I
cheerleaders.
was reading the article about it earlier today.
Number 7 in its second weekend out, 14.5 total, 4.1 over the weekend. Ugly Dolls.
Second biggest flop of the year so far.
They said that that's going to be one of the top ones. Also, the one that's in 9th was on that list too. And its 4th weekend out in 8th place, 37.2 total, 2.6 over the weekend. Breakthrough. It's a movie where the kid drowns and the mom
Oh, Melissa, no, with the
Wishes
girl from
for-
This Is Us.
prays to have the son come back. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Yeah. Number 9, its opening weekend, it made 2.2 total. That's it. That Tolkien movie.
About J.K. J.R. The dude that wrote Lord of the Rings.
I don't think that's what it is. Is it? Oh, okay. Because I've only seen the trailer and I didn't know that was part of the thing. I thought it was.
Well, I don't know if they focus on that, but it's about him.
I don't know.
You better know.
I'm sorry.
You better know, man.
I only know things.
You best know.
I don't really know
And then-
things.
And then in 10th place in its 4th weekend out, it's made 51.5 million, 1.9 over the weekend. The Curse of La Llorona. It's that horror movie. All right, so now I'm gonna look at how the individual thing is. Holy shit! Just yesterday, Avengers still pulled in 19 million. Just yesterday. It's still shown in 4662. So it's out of 100 theaters because it was at the max of that, whatever it was, like the
People are
800 or whatever.
still gonna go watch it a second time. That's why it's
Yeah.
still making that amount of money. Because it's one of those movies where you can't catch everything in one sitting because it's 3 fucking hours long.
On Friday, it actually wasn't the number one. It wasn't the number one movie. Going into Saturday, it was actually in second place. Then Saturday, it jumped way ahead of.
Well, yeah, because kids,
Pikachu, yeah.
you know, you're
And
gonna
then
get
Sunday,
kids out.
it
And
jumped way ahead even more.
you got your matinees. People are gonna hit them up. And
Pokemon's in 4202. The Hustle's in 3007. The Intruder's in 2222. I like that number. Palms is in 2750. Ugly Dolls is in 3652. Breakthrough is in 1902. That Tolkien movie's in 1495. The Curse of La Llorona is in 1182. Captain Marvel still in 1504. That's now up to 423 million. God, it's not like Marvel's done anything. Oh, fucking slackers. Dumbo.
they got another movie dropping in July.
Dumbo's in 837. Little's in 586. Kazam's still in 936. Amazing Grace 260. Student of the Year in 190. Student of the Year Part 2. Excuse me. It's in 100. Pet Cemetery is still in 304. Us is still in 266.
Us has made 174 million.
Now I want to watch Hot Shots Part 2.
I love that movie.
Good movie.
I love that movie. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, even though it's coming out on DVD, is still in 187.
Wow.
What's that?
Isn't that many still?
Still in that
And
many.
it's like literally dropping out, I think, Tuesday.
Yeah, it comes out on DVD. It was either just this past, like just the
Yeah,
other day,
or
or this weekend.
this week,
It's coming
yeah.
out. Yeah. The nature movie Penguins is still in 285. Jesus Christ. Tyler Perry's Medea Family Reunion. You said it was going to hang around.
Hang
It's
on.
still in 89 theaters.
Hanging on, gotta get that over that 90 million mark.
It's at 73.
Oh, 75 million mark.
So he's like, I'm stretching.
At 90, yeah, it's going to be in
90 million. It's going to maybe DVD sales.
It's, well, the first couple weeks, yeah. And then the red box for the first couple weeks, yeah. Pay-per-view, maybe. But this is what it's made over the weekend. It made $12,573 on Friday. That's how much money it made. $23,855 on Saturday, and $23,135 on Sunday.
Yeah, they better give up.
Hellboy, another one of the biggest flops of the year, already down to 127. It's only made $21 million.
Because it's not Ron Perlman.
Yeah. That's so true. That movie Apollo 11 is also still in the fucking theaters. It's only made $8.6 million. 5 Feet Apart is still in the theaters. That's in 87. That Meeting Gorbachev movie we talked about a couple weeks ago has only made 61,000. It's a documentary, and it's only in like 19 theaters. So I mean, it's not like it's Fighting with My Family, which is on DVD now. That's in 28 theaters still. Everything else is like movies that are like very low and independent that I've never even heard of. Yeah, it's nothing worth mentioning. Although the movie that made the least amount of money was $55, The Invisibles. It was in one theater.
I never even heard of it.
It was an invisible theater.
Oh, I see what you did.
You did?
I see what you done there, did there.
Mm-hmm.
But that is it. So anything that you guys want to talk about that we didn't get to since it's
Let's make a movie.
all right, what kind of movie we making?
I don't know. I'm sure we can get it in one theater.
Make $55.
Hey, fuck it.
I don't know if we're gonna get that many.
What are we going to use for our budget, guys?
$55.
All right, let's do it.
Not a Clue podcast, the movie.
Story on how two guys took on an intern and drowned him in the bathroom.
That's part 4.
Oh. Damn it. I'm not making the cut. I'm the camera guy. Fuck.
Bill wanted me to mention one thing on the show.
Oh, great.
He since the Browns are trying to get rid of Duke Johnson.
A dookie
You
dook.
mean Cleveland Giants?
Yeah, the Cleveland Giants are trying to get rid of Duke Johnson, and
I'm not a son of a
and the
bitch.
Browns are interested in Gerald McCoy. Why can't they just make a trade? What kind of trade would you look at for those two guys? The Bucks trading to Cleveland, and Cleveland trading Duke back to them because they need depth at running back.
Who the fuck cares about Duke Johnson?
Apparently, Bill.
Fuck you, Bill.
He's at work, so he's not hearing you anyway.
But, I mean,
Hey man, hey man, man, man.
Trade him straight up, heads up, 1 for 1.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, it depends on how much the Bucks value Duke. I feel. I mean, Gerald McCoy's still a big body.
I could care less about either one of them.
Run stuff.
And
for
either one
me.
of the teams, too.
But
Fuck Duke Johnson. He fucked me over in fantasy last year.
but I mean,
Such a mean response.
I mean, if he goes there though, he's actually going to be fantasy relevant.
Ronald, actually, I've seen a lot of things saying that
Yeah.
Ronald Jones is going to take the helm again. He was supposed to this past year.
You can draft him.
I'm not drafting him.
I'm
He's
ready.
not traded. He's still on the Browns.
I'm ready to play some fantasy football right now.
I'm ready to play some Madden.
When is
Hey,
your
Brad, what are you doing?
I gotta work in the morning.
When does your
Damn it.
season start?
June 8th, we play on the road in Carthage.
So
And
less than a
then
month.
the first home game, is the 15th.
So that's about a month away.
You guys still looking for players?
We had about 23
That's it?
or so at practice.
Didn't you have like 40 guys last year?
We had about that many when we were inside. Once we got outside, for some reason, though, we lost people like crazy. I don't know if they couldn't get the funds for the pads or something, but
It's cold.
it hasn't been that bad though. We've only been outside for like 5 practices.
It's cold. As I sit here in a hoodie and sweatpants.
Nice. So the last couple little things here.
Oh, and a team dropped out, so we're trying to fill some home games. So
Oh,
we lost. Yeah, we lost 2 home games right now.
What team
Southern Tier Diesel. They folded
was
last year.
Was that team that you guys traveled all the way down to Jonestown for?
Yeah.
Or Johnstown, whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
was? They
They-
dropped out?
yeah, they
Oh,
folded-
Isn't that where the
Buffalo, the south of Buffalo team. Oh, they talking? Never mind. All right. Anywho, that,
Impression.
that. Oh, you're thinking of Jonestown, like the
I was going
Jim Jones.
I was
and
going
shit.
grim with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking Jim Jones. Yeah.
Jamestown.
Yes.
I was going grim with it. Yeah.
That
Very macabre.
Twitter page that
Tatagra?
did the list without using AK-47 for the nicknames has another list. This is NBA now and then. It's a guy named Cliff Hagan who does all these lists. It's the top 10 remaining players in the supposed to say playoffs, but he put payoffs.
Fervent Fleet's number 1.
No, Kevin Durant number 1, Greek Freak number 2, Kawhi number 3, Steph number 4, Dame 5, Clay 6, CJ McCollum 7, Draymond 8, Chris Middleton 9, Pascal Siakam 10.
That's just so stupid.
With the honorable mentions going to Bledsoe, Iguodala, Ibaka, and Cantor.
That list makes no sense to make that list. I don't like him.
This is why I wanted to mention it.
I don't like him.
He follows us on.
Unfollow it. Matt, tell him to unfollow us.
Cantor.
I don't know why
Not an
Cantor.
honorable mention. Don't get me wrong. I like Cantor.
It's fucking 4 teams left.
I know, but he didn't even have. Was Gasol on there?
No.
This was.
He's played better than Gasola's players. He averaged a double-double in the last series.
I mean, offensive rebounds. But that guy's defense is non-existent. Did you watch it all?
Gasol's offense is non-existent.
I can live with Gasol's offense
I
being
can live with his
non-existent.
defense being non-existent if he's going to give me 18 and
I
10.
can't when you gotta guard fucking Embiid.
He gave me 18 and 10. I'll take that over 4 and 7 and good defense.
I just wanted to read that because I know he has some good talking.
Can you tell him to unfollow us?
And then
If you are listening,
and then we
please
also,
stop listening.
And then we also had a tweet that like had 2,594 engagements.
I don't know what that means.
That means that many people interacted with it.
Oh.
Like, not just through us, like people who retweeted it and shit.
They engage.
Yeah, so like they talk to people like that because I posted a picture that has it's this right here, and Captain America ate the Avengers the end, and I just put Endgame spoiler like as Endgame was out, and like a shitload of people.
That's America's ass.
Like it only got retweeted from us a few times, but it got retweeted a shitload from other people, and that's where a lot of those come through. So we had a popular tweet.
Okay.
I know, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had another one when KD went down. I instantly tweeted like as that happened, and that within 5 minutes it was over 10,000.
I see when I don't even know where my phone is half the time.
I don't know Twitter.
Like when I'm watching a game, I don't even know where my phone is half the time.
When I watch sports, I have either the laptop or my phone right.
When I
Right
watch
with me.
sports, I'm usually playing sports on my video game on the other TV.
Well, if I'm sitting there, my computer's here, my TV's right here, so it's like I just turn and type, and that's literally I was in the process of typing something when that happened.
You have to click out of it.
Yeah, I instantly back. I just click, cut, and then type. All right, but anyway, that's the end of the show for tonight. We'll be back again next Monday here at Spreaker.com/show/NauticalPodcast, Facebook.com/NauticalPodcast. Please follow on Twitter at
Hey, you know what we didn't mention today? I'm sorry.
what?
NBA Draft Lotto is tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we kind of talked about it last episode.
You know what we didn't even do this year? It was not one Dave Chappelle reference.
Oh my
You gotta sprinkle some crack on it.
And then we'll have a guy come in, change some urinal cakes, and we're good.
Well,
You know what
race
makes it really
draft?
funny? I watched
Race
that
draft.
last week. This week I watched it Saturday on YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, the shizzle.
the race draft.
Race draft.
Full shizzle.
Judge.
We got it all in now. We got them all in. Urinal cakes were also mentioned, so we're good.
We're okay.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at Not a Clue Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. First name of the channel, Not a Clue. Seconds podcast.
Shalamava.
Fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch. We play shirts and blouses.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's still light out a little.
Let me tell you. So thank you guys for listening. My name is Brad.
My name is Charlie Murphy.
That's CD. And we have the intern.
Charlie Murphy.
Fly ball.
Charlie Murphy.
Well, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next week, 6:15. See you guys later. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Wakanda forever. Black Lives Matter.